back together. This is the only political party. This is the only political party that had a big split and came back together. This party is still the third largest political party in the country. It's bigger than before. As long as I'm the political leader, we will get there. So we are here as a party to honor our counselor, my mother, mentor, the woman who guided me through crisis and made me strong until we got back together. I will ask for the lawyer, the poor woman. I want poor woman to read it. So read the award that we're going to present on behalf of the political leader, the national chair, the executive council, the advisory council, the stakeholders committee, the diaspora, and all of our women and members of Liberty Party. Charlie will read, and the national chair will do the presentation.
This award reads, "Thank you for your love, support, and contribution that revitalize Liberty Party and your solidarity with a fellow woman leader. We are grateful. We're grateful. We're grateful."
Councilor Scott, on behalf of the women of Liberty Party and the women of Liberia, we are pleased to present this award to you. This is to say thank you for all that you have done, all that you have done in this nation, all that you have done as an individual, and all that you have done for the party.
Okay, that was Liberty Party on the reign, Madam Gloria Musu Scott. What I would love for them to do is to perhaps urge her to get to the bottom of Charlotte Musu's death as well. But let's talk about that a little bit. You, Veteran Smith. I mean, you're looking fresh today. Oh.
Yeah.
I can make you yourself. I mean, you're looking fresh.
Yeah, I did my own something together. I didn't go to the barber shop.
Oh, okay.
I saved my money.
Yeah, that's right. We all do the same, right? But let me ask you, there's something in our video I want to talk about while we're waiting for the counselor to come in.
Yeah, I know what I should say here, but if you would come, it would be a delay. They're finished with the retreat, and on his way to Magibi. I don't know how long it would take to just to Kakatan. So I said, let me talk to you all so we can know what to do. That he wants to get home and use his laptop before he can get to us. So I said, let me discuss it with our panelists and then get back. What do you think?
No problem. And that's what we are filling in now until he gets here. We got to adapt.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
We're all professionals here. We can adapt.
Okay.
So let's talk about the video we just played. Okay. I don't know if y'all heard it. Okay. Let's do this. Veteran Smith, I think you try to meet them. I think I have feedback coming from you.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to come to you for a Veteran Smith because you the one who wrote this video in. So I heard something very, very profound in that video from Madam Yombli Kanga. Has Yombli Kanga disarmed herself? In that video, she said, "Where is our book woman?" You know, in Liberia, when you say book woman, that person, or a book person, that means you would have an educated person. You the one went to school. You are the most civilized person. And Yombli Kanga on camera is referring to the lady who challenged her in the past for the leadership of the Liberty Party, a book woman, our only book woman. Where's the book woman? All can't do the reading. Is that going to harm Yomli Kanga going forward?
Which woman challenged her in the past?
Charlene Bronsky.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. And she referred to Charlene Bronsky as the book woman, the only book woman. Does that mean that she is, literally disarming herself going forward? Because the Charlene people can use that video and say, you see, even she agreed that Charlene Bronsky is the person that is wealthy to lead us. She is the most civilized and educated person. And we'll go into a battle. You got to carry your A team. Charlene is our A player. Yomli Kanga said it on tip. It's there for everybody to see. And then go to you, Virgin Smith. What do you say about that?
I think you can say it's flattering message. One can interpret it in so many ways. Her father was the standard bearer and the founder of the Liberty Party. I know she went to school. We know that. And also she was the vice candidate in the past election under the ANC. But they have put all of that back, and now she coming to the root. This her father party, and she want to make it a woman who's too grand. She saw her sort of went with Bidity in a sense, but that did not work. And now she back where Kanga Lauren has stood her ground, and her father party, she won't want to let it down. So I think it's a way where Kanga is saying she the pro tem, and there's the founder daughter, very smart, and then she went through the recent election. So if I have to move forward, I think both of us have to be on the same team. So to me, it was just a flattering. In the way she introduced Gloria Scott said it was flattering too. So I think she playing her game. And the game is to give prop to her, and I think that's where she's now. It's up to us to interpret it.
All right, Mr. Nubo. In politics, everybody looks for opening. Every political actor looks for opening. And this, in my view, this is all my opinion. I'm not saying Yomli Kanga might be thinking this way. I'm sorry, Charlene might be thinking this way. But we know Charlene is a very ambitious woman. All right? She challenged the lady in the past for the leadership of the party. That's what brought a split. And she went with other parties and left Yomli Kanga alone. But now they have come back together. What do you say? Do you see this as something that could hunt Yomli Kanga down the line? That statement that she made about Charlene being the educated one.
Well, I believe so, because the politics now. 2029 is still far away.
It's still far.
And politicians are not waiting for 2029. They are taking notes.
Yeah.
They are taking notes. So no, it could. Is it from my phone? Oh, okay. It could be used against her. And even Gloria Scott, that she brought in, or that came in, since she was released, we are not heard about the Shalom Musu State.
Yes. Complete cricket.
So I thought being a mother I thought she was going to fight until we at the end we find the killer of Shalamuzu. But the whole thing is dead.
Completely
Nobody
dead.
talks about it. Yeah.
It's unbelievable, Mr. Nubo. It's unbelievable. Mr. Amos D. How you doing today, sir? From the great northeastern county of Nimba. How you doing today, sir?
Yeah, thank you first of all for acknowledging where I am. Definitely, I'm incapacitated right now. Sit down somewhere in the part
Commonly
of
known as Ganta.
Ganta. I'm in Ganta at the moment. In the part of Ganta called.
All right, Mr. Reference is there. Okay, there you go.
So it's warm. Yeah, I was received by my brothers here, and when I said loud, I'm going to be speaking from here tonight. Truly, I'm here, and Nima should not be a strange place for me. That's my birth county.
Yeah, you live in Yikipa. You grew up there, right?
In Yikipa, I grew up in Nimba. In fact, I played football for Nimba County when I was supposed to be playing for Grand Chile, but I didn't know that I had any connection with Grand Chile, so I gave my talent to Nimba. So it's like being home.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so that one is here. The weather, it seems so hot today again. I traveled through. I got here about 5 p.m. Liberian time, and the atmosphere is very, very welcoming.
All right, thank you. I'm going to come back to you on the video we just played. I don't know if you've seen it, but let me acknowledge our
the shallow Mutsu thing.
Yeah, I'm going to come back to you, Mr. Raymond. Come on. Thank you for joining us today, fellow viewers, and those in the comment section as well. Please continue to like. I see you liking. I always say if your viewership is not matching your liking, then we got a problem. We want that number to correlate, okay? We want that number to be equal. So thank you very much. Keep liking. Let's get your view, Mr. Wright. What do you think about the? Did you watch the video we played for the Yombi Kanga during the presentation to Madam Gloria Scott?
Yeah, so I will take a little bit of the Veterans Road, and I will take a little bit of Mr. Nubo's Road.
Unknown caller.
Okay.
Yeah, because politically, what I saw Yombly doing there was playing on her colleagues. Maybe flattering would be the best word. That's what she was doing. Because when you say our only Pope woman, and you yourself, everybody know that you are equally a Pope woman. So that wasn't sincerely a presentation, but I think it was meant to spice her presentation and her calling. So on the other hand, it was a kind of joke to buy in the contribution from the audience, giving that protection. That's what I saw there she was playing.
But do you think that may come back to hurt her in the future?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I personally don't think so.
Okay.
That was just from my personal point of view, that was just the play for that particular event. And the future will have its own role to roll.
Okay. The future always has we're coming back to remind us, Mr. Wright. We hope it doesn't do that to Madam Yombi Kanga. Mr. Alex Wulu, how you doing today, sir? Sound like you look like you're not with us, my man. You look like you're not with us, my man. You look,
I trying to unmute myself.
Okay,
so everything is okay, yeah.
Okay, good. Did you watch the video? Okay, you're breaking in here.
Yeah, if the net was looking too bad up tonight. I'm fine. How you guys doing?
We're doing excellent. We're doing good.
You
Did you watch
me
the
now?
video we played?
Very good. Yes. Very good. Yes.
All right. Yeah, your connection is very bad. Your connection is very bad. We're getting a delay.
Alex,
Feedback.
mute
We're
or
getting a
mute
delay.
yourself, please.
Feedback.
Alex, mute or mute yourself, please.
Mr. Ryan, you're not showing your.
Man, I want to show her up in Tira. I want to show her up in Tira.
You know what? Ella's been a good point. So you know what? I got a text yesterday, and please, Alex, please mute. Alex, please mute. So if those of us who can get on video, if we can do it, let's do it, please, because I think our viewer would love to see us on camera. I think that make the show interactive. But we'll mute our videos and everybody muted. We got a smile saying, "Well, why is it the entire screen is muted?" Like yesterday, almost everybody had a screen muted yesterday. So if we can stay on camera, that would be nice, people. We appreciate it. Unless sometimes we got to go in the back and do what we need to do. But if we can keep the camera rolling, it would be nice for our viewers. Thank you very much. And to the viewer, you have not, again, your viewer, the viewing number is not matching the liking. Please continue to like. Appreciate it. So let's talk about Madam Gloria Scott. I think Mr. Nubo talked about something very, very important. That's something that's very important to every one of us. You all followed the event. Every one of you that followed that event of the brutal, untimely extraction, violent extraction of a very young, promising life, Shalom Musu, at the residence of Madam Scott. In fact, she was found guilty. Some people say that the proceeding was political, that it had no basis in law and what have you. Okay. Some of us at the time were on the fence. We didn't know what to believe.
Archie. Come.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm not calling you Archie on the show. Let me mute myself. I'm calling Archie from here.
Okay. All right. So, yes. So at the time, we thought, someone was on the fence because we didn't know what to believe. I mean, some legal luminaries rather, came on and said, this person was found guilty. And the government came and said, no, based on the evidence, this is what we know. Okay, fast forward now. Madam Gloria Scott party has won the election. And they went back to court. They said, based on the evidence, she is not the doer of the act. Okay, she's released from jail. As a mother, like Mr. Lewis, I'm repeating Mr. Lewis' voice, as a mother who lost a child so violently in your house, shouldn't this be your number one concern? Shouldn't this be? Shouldn't you be telling the Liberian people, look, I'm working hard with the government so that we can reopen this trial and find the killer of my daughter? Someone who came into my home and violated the peace of my home and violently extracted my daughter from this earth. I am working with the government to make sure that we identify the person and let the law take its course. But Madam Gloria Musu Scott, to my understanding, has not made one comment about her daughter's passing since the Unity Party came to power, since she was found not guilty. I don't want to attach anything to politics. I don't want to say Unity Party court or whatever it is.
Are you putting it over to me?
No, sir. How are you? Since she was found not guilty and released, that for me is troubling. So let's talk about this. Mr. Nubo, you brought this up. So
do you want me to weigh in on it, or you just making a point?
I'm not making a point. I'm going to come to you. Let me go to Mr. Nubo first.
Well, that is a concern, and when the incident took place, as Marylanders, some of us reached out to her, and when she was released. Her first post that I know of was in the Maryland County chat room. And since then, we have not been hearing anything. We have not heard anything about the little girl. And so, no. Now, why I know I mention it, I'm not blaming her. I'm not accusing her. She was found not guilty. But let her take the next steps. I mean, to make sure that we find the doer of the act. I mean, some of the killing in this country can take maybe 50 years or more. And they continue the investigation to find the doer. So that was my logic of saying that. And that was my reason. Thank you. You are muted.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Nuba. To our viewers, I want to let you know that our special guest, Councilor Gongolo, is running late. So you're going to be joining us later. Just want to let you know as you come on and wonder why he's not on the set yet. So please stay tuned, continue to watch because he's coming and you'll be joining us later on. So let's go to you, Mr. Fred Veteran Smith. Do you find this to be very unusual? Like a mother will lose a child so violently like that, and then she has all the opportunity to find the killer, but she's doing nothing about it. At least from what we know.
The way I would like to handle this, saying it has some legal implication.
Mm-hmm.
I want for us to maybe have a show where we have a lawyer and other people around to look into this. And today, just focus on the tip, what that tip means, and to Liberty Party. And then another time we can get into the subject matter and do justice in a way on this subject because it brings a lot of legal implication. And saying I'm not a lawyer, I mean to touch on it, but because if you are from when you first get it, and then the higher court, the same court say you're not guilty, then you're a free person in the way I would understand it. So to retry it, reinvestigate, and go, we really need lawyers then to help us go through this type of thing. But I just wanted to look on the tip, Liberty Party and women's celebrating legal skills and legal representation and what they mean for Liberty Party. That's what I would have focused on and keep that other subject for another time. That's my opinion.
Okay, I mean, well, we are a very broad spectrum of analysts here. You can pick any topic from the video. It's the same video. So since you want to talk about the Liberty Party and what it means,
Mr. Smith,
women's perspective, talk to us about that then. What does it mean for you?
Okay. I think it has a big, for the Unity Party, how they went, as he stated, and whether it's true, it would be good we talk about it, as the only political party that fell apart and they were able to come back, they were divided, and they came back and they are moving on. And I see them, that joy and happiness and moving forward, what this means for Liberty Party. And here's a woman who helped them during the time they were in need, and she didn't charge them money, but helped them at a critical time, giving legal advice to them. And they stay course. Now they have revived, and now they are together. What this means for Unity Party, the togetherness. because in the past we thought Unity Party was finished.
Liberty Party, I think.
Mr. Liberty Party, I made a mistake. We thought it was finished with Bidete on one side and how he controlled our political party. And that's where really, because the way he was in that party, I never expected that he would leave and form another party. I mean, that to me today is still mind-boggling to me that he would find, after all the fight he fought, very hard to divide that party. And where they went to neck and went all of that to now to form his own party, for me, it was very selfish on his part. And then for them to get together and still survive, then Salim went to ANC, a vice presidential candidate. What happened if ANC had won the election? She would be serving as ANC candidate. Now it didn't happen. For her come back where her father labored for, Liberty Party, to come back where the women are together. There are some strong women in that political party. Now, whether they will succeed in the future politically, but then just coming back, I think I must give them credit just on that, the way they were divided to come back. Now, whether this will help them, this unity, by honoring the woman who helped them at the most difficult time when they were struggling, how to move forward. I think it's a credit to her and they honor her. I think for that recording, I want for all to focus on that. On another day, we'll focus on what happened to her daughter, what happened to all of that. We can get legal mind people to come and focus on that subject. But just for that recording, the women of Liberty Party and what Liberty Party went through, can they survive still with Bidete on one side? Can it stay relevant in today's political party politics? Liberty Party still relevant? That's the era I would prefer of focusing on political, what they went through and what happened to them, whether they can survive. On Gloria Scott, we can deal with her on another time. But today they honor her for the help that she gave them when they were struggling. And she did it free for them. That's why I admire about her.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Veteran Smith. Thank you, sir, for muting. So we've been joined by Mr. Abraham Youngbow Duncan. Mr. Duncan, I don't know if you've been on the platform before. This is your first time, but please introduce yourself. And I'm going to come back to you, but I need to introduce yourself first to the group and to our viewers.
All right, so let me say good evening to everyone who's following the radio this wonderful time. My name is Abraham Youngbow Duncan. Of course, Mr. Wright, this is my second time on the show. Okay. And yeah, I remember the very first time was when we had Jerry on the platform, at which time I was in Zueju. And this should be my second appearance on the platform here. And obviously, I have decided to stay now on the program, devoting my time to this wonderful discussion. So good evening to you, Mr. Wright, Alex there in the studio, Mr. Numbo, and that of Mr. Fred Veteran Smith. It's good to be here on the platform.
Absolutely, Mr. Duncan, absolutely. Good having you. You're a very passionate, very forceful guy. Join you in the morning on the show, so good having you here on a Back to Different as well in the evening section.
I bet to different. This is the first time as a panelist. He was a technical person the first time he appeared. Wulu was sharing the technical stage, so this is the first time as a panelist.
As a panelist, okay. See ya? I mean, people got to make sure you fit in the box, or you can't just be all with
No problem, Chief. Once I was in the studio, so if I was in the studio and I was being considered as a technical person, fantastic, that's good. But as a panelist, joining you from the nation's capital, this is my very first time.
Yes. Okay, great. Excellent. Let me go to Mr. Nubo, and then you'll pick up on the topic, Mr. Duncan, and I'll come back to you to give your analysis too. So, Mr. Nubo, let me come to you. The Veteran Smith wanted to stick with Liberty Party. So let's stick with Liberty Party. I think I'm with him on that. Maybe when Councilor Day come on the platform, because you told me you're coming here tonight, and any of the other lawyers that we have on the platform, when they show up, maybe we can bring this up and they can fill us in as to why, there were two different rulings from the higher court. Now, on the Liberty Party and the women, you also heard on the tape Madam Yombli Kanga saying that our foreign minister, Madam Yanti, said the party is her first political home. So she is assuming, Madam Yombli Kanga is assuming that Madam Yanti means she is back home. What does that mean, Mr. Nubin? And I want to use the Veteran Smith phrase here. Does that mean that Liberty Party has been giving a shot in the arm, as we say? Do they have any viable future now going forward? And Yombli Kanga also made a declaration. She made a revelation. She said Liberty Party is the 10th largest political party. I don't know what metrics you're looking at. Okay? Is because we know Liberty Party to be a Grand Bassa party. I don't know to be any other place, So for her to say it is the 10th largest political party, I don't know the metrics. But please fill in on that, sir.
Well, for that, we have to do the research. Look at the election results since 2005 and see the ranking of Liberty Party. But to say that they have rebounded, I beg to differ.
What has the man doing? You forgot your own live camera? Oh my God.
What is that? Sleeping?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yes, and I feel that the I think it was last year they had a program, and the man who stole the show was Yaka Koruba. And Yaka Koruba is an ANC member. So I don't know what is going on, but I feel that politically, there's no rebound. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let me ask. I don't know what the people are doing tonight, man. I'm talking about keeping you off. I don't know. You keep moving in and out with his thing there. Oh God. All right, let me bring him back. All right, Mr. Wright, you keep moving back and forth there, and sometimes your position is compromising, so I got to take you off stage. Okay, and I hope you understand that.
Yeah, so the weather here changed unexpectedly, so that's the problem I'm facing, but I'm on until otherwise. But the weather changed here.
Okay, great.
So that position is great.
So Councilor Day has just joined us. So let's welcome Councilor Day to the show. And then I'm going to come to Mr. Duncan, and I'll come to you, Mr. Wright. Councilor Day, welcome, sir. How are you?
Thank you very much, Mr. Wright, and thanks to the other panelists. I want to say thank you for holding the show for the time being I've been out. And it was that my action wasn't deliberate, but it was due to some business schedule. You guys could not get me. I'm also here for a short while, and maybe next week I will follow it with you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. We know you're a businessman. You know you're putting people in jail for the crime. So yeah, keep doing a good job.
Actually, we are sending one people in jail.
Yes, sir. The wrong people, not a good one, the wrong ones. And we appreciate your work, the work. Thank you. Mr. Duncan, are you with us?
Certainly, I'm here.
Okay, so you listening to Veteran Smith, and now you're listening to Mr. Nuba. I'm sure you got a grasp of what we're talking about. Give us your analysis on the Liberty Party and the women emergence. Where do they fit in this picture? Madam Yombli Kanga is making a declarative statement that Liberty Party now is the third largest political party. You are at the university, you on the ground, you are a journalist as well, you follow these events. Talk to us. Does her statement have any validity to it?
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Wright. That's a beautiful question. So the first thing is, how does one decide what is large and how does it has influence to change the dynamics of things around? You should be able to know exactly where you cover as a large political party and your influence in those counties or those places that you covered. And in terms of rally and programs, what are the numbers turn out? What's your membership like? Then you can obviously know exactly how large you are, and you can claim that you are the third largest. So for me, if the Liberty Party is saying that they are the third largest party in Liberia, I would want to beg to differ with that, because obviously, if we will come to analyze in Liberia those bigger political parties that we have currently, Liberty Party is not one of those bigger political parties. Not much counties that the Liberty Party covered. And I remember during the time of Councillor Charles Walker Brunsky, the late, we used to have the Liberty Party in full swing in Grand. But I can tell you now, if you were to ask, even in Grand County, where is the office of the Liberty Party? I can't remember whether Liberty Party even have office in Grand. Then let's come to talk about Sino. Let's come to talk about River G and other places. Liberia has 15 sub-political divisions. So your membership will determine how large you are. Your existence, your accessibility will tell exactly how large you are. Right now, let's even look at this, the CMC. I want to say the Liberty Party is not even bigger than the CMC right now, though it's an old established party, but they are not bigger than the CMC right now, because if you go to other parts of the country right now, the CMC has more number. In terms of rally and other programs, you see the turnout of the CMC. So what yardstick has the Liberty Party used now to determine that they are the third largest political party in Liberia? So I won't beg to differ with that, because they are not even bigger than the ANC right now. So, I mean, Liberty Party is noted to be a basal political party right now. That's how I want to term it, because they have grounds in Grand Bassa County where they are current Stena Barrow Hill from Yombli Kanga Lawrence. So you go to other places, you don't have the Liberty Party. Even in Bon County, in Nimba, what's the strength? They don't have strength. So, I mean, obviously, they are not. So they should stop dreaming and claiming to be the largest, third largest political party in Liberia.
Mr. Duncan, I am on the money with you, my brother. I am on the money with you. I think that is a strong metrics to go by. A political party can only claim to have a strength based on its membership, not just plain and simple. In politics, it's all about the numbers. If you don't have the numbers, you are not in the game. Liberty Party need to come back and tell us what they mean by that, to be the third largest political party. Let me add to your comment, even to Mr. Duncan. In Grand Bassa, in this going election, CDC gave Liberty Party the run for the money. In fact, the CDC won Grand Bassa County. So what is she coming from with that? You know, exactly. You know, so where is she coming from with that kind of analysis? You know, but let me go to my dear brother, Mr. Wulu. Are you there, sir?
How are you guys?
We're doing good. You care to give us your analysis on this? Madam Yombli Kanga and the Liberty Party on this? How big are they? I mean, you follow the news. I mean, You follow the news. You know, you're a journalist. Do you have any analysis about this?
Well, thank you, Mr. Wright. So insights of because maybe they are referring to themselves as big party or the third biggest party in the country because they've been in existence for a very long time. But then people outside of the
I gotta hold you there, Mr. Wu. I gotta hold you. Just because you're still on the football field doesn't make you a best player on the field.
of course, of course. But that is my point that I'm coming to because like just what Ibrahim said, there are other places people don't even know them. They don't even have a headquarter of a party headquarter for people to say yes, this is a party headquarter. The most popular party aware of in Liberia is the United Party and CDC. So now AMC, we are seeing them coming in with folks. So I think we can consider them another big parties because you can see how they are moving from country to country trying to extend their branch. So if Liberty Party were doing them, say yes, they're a big party, but most of the time they only come from Monrovia, come back in various countries, do their campaigns and go back. So how do people even give them that they are one of the big party in the county, in the country? So for me, I don't think
TMC is going to agree with what you just said. You didn't mention CNC, and TMC is very engaging the Liberian people. I mean, it is all over the country. You know, opening headquarters.
All right.
And you didn't even mention your analysis. Anyway. That is your view. We'll keep it that way. Councilor, hey, are you with us? Councilor Day?
Hello?
Okay. So Councilor,
Yeah.
Great. So now you're with us. So we're waiting on our special guest. He's on his way back home after a very busy schedule in the middle of the country. Bond County, he's heading back to Monrovia, I believe, or Magibi, whatever that is. And he's going to be joining us later. But we're talking about Liberty Party and the declaration, the statement, the declarative statement made by Nyombi Kanga and their women engagement that they are on there. You have followed the body politics of Liberia. Do you agree with Madam Kanga when she said Liberty Party is the largest, the 10th largest political party in the country? And what do you make of the women emergence within the party? Councilor David talking, we're not hearing you.
Break it in so let me really get it clear what you said.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I saw when you were clear.
All right.
Yeah, I'm getting you now. Is it what the Nyombi Kanga said?
She said Liberty Party currently is the 10th largest political party in the country. And from the program that they had, they were bringing, this almost seemed like an emergence of the women wing of the party. You know, they are becoming very active and coming to the forefront. What does that mean for the party? And does Nyombi Kanga's statement holds true that Liberty Party is the 10th largest political party in the country?
Okay, speaking of being the 10th largest political party, maybe that particular statement was made out of emotion.
Okay.
Collaborate with the United Party. The 2023 election, we could not determine her strength because she collaborated with the United Party and the form a merger. So we cannot determine. But previous election before that, they could not even boast of being the 10th largest political party. I disagree with her, and on that note. But one thing I know about the Liberty Party is that speak on issue that popular when the late Councillor Bronski was leaving. one of the political leaders that could not set back. He could not allow any change to pass by him when he knows that it is time for the Liberty Party to speak out. He will speak out. That legal issue, he will bring it out. You can know the Fremont Liberty Party case in the at the time, and we all know what all transpired at the time. So when it comes to speak out at the time, when the late Bronson was living, yes, you have a good political party. You, I don't know MUR. I think it came there on two different elections. So these are the parties that should have been boasting of membership or being the teller. So we could not agree on that note. Let the Liberty Party discharge herself on the party and let's see what it is in 2029, then we will determine that. But as we speak, we can sit for now. Liberty Party and CDC are the most popular political party, and all other parties, they are in a swinging mood. One cannot determine who is a teller or not. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And I think I agree with that to a very large extent. Huh? Okay. I think I agree with Councilor Day to a very large extent. Yeah, so CDC, Unity Party, these are the two largest parties. Any other party below that, we don't know their strength. We really don't know their strength. No one party can claim to be the third largest political party in the country, nor the fourth largest political party in the country, because no one had declared, no one had any kind of forceful showing in any political elections. General elections. Let's say general elections. None. Maybe because the MDRs, I can claim that maybe the MDR, maybe. All right, Nima is a vote-rich country, county, and MDR is the king in our county, and they do get 200 plus or 300 votes in our county. So maybe, just maybe, they can claim, to be the a larger political party. ANC got one, a rep from Maryland County, and Williams. Where else is ANC coming from again? I don't know. But the numbers are not coming. The numbers don't add up. So it's very, very difficult to know who is the third and who is the fourth. So I agree with Councilor very much on that note. Councilor Smith, Veteran, let me come back to you on the issue of Madam Yanti. What do you make of the statement that Yobe Kanga made about the foreign minister Yanti? Do you think if there is a remote possibility of her joining the Unity Party, to run in 2029? Is there a possibility for that?
Now, before I answer that, let me just clarify. Yes, we know who the tier large. It's easier to tell who the tier 4, 5, 6, 7. All we had to do, look at the recent election or the election before, and depending where she was speaking about, and the national election result would tell how people rank. So it's not by someone just organizing that said to the Liberty Party and making the tier. I don't think that's what they're looking at. They're looking at the election. Like when you go to school, when they give you a report card, you can see who the top person, who the second, who the third. So when it comes to election, they're based on the result of that election, who the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So to be fair with that discussion, all we need to do on the show, bring the report from the national election session, maybe the past 3 election results, and see who were first. We know the top 2 already, so that's not a debate. All we need to clarify who are the third, fourth, and fifth, and just by looking at the ranking, and we'll tell who's the third. So we'll bring her one of these days. She can defend herself what she meant by the third largest party. So sometimes when someone says the
Can
third,
I inject?
in so many things you can consider yourself the third largest. In all the different elections being held, you can use that as the yardstick to determine the third largest party. In so many, you can lay yardstick you can name. So not knowing where she was coming from to say the third largest, I can't criticize her. But one of the areas I would look to if I was trying to do my research, it would go to the national. Yeah.
I think Mr. Douglas.
Can I inject?
He wants to
Let me just finish and then ask and go to your main question you asked me.
Yes.
Because if Mr. Duncan can bring the national election result, then we can debate on that subject. But if he can't bring, then it's just a waste of time.
I want to inject. Let me inject, Mr. Smith. So can you please give me a minute?
Go ahead, Mr. Duncan. Interject.
Let me inject. So
Thank you.
He's frozen now. You want to interject whether he froze? This is all Mr. Smith doing.
Yeah, some kind of button he pressed.
He pressed. Yeah, because I see immediately said the man froze. Anyway, Mr. Smith, continue. When Mr. Duncan come out, he will interject.
Yeah. So your question of foreign minister, I think women seems to have the strength. They decide who's going to win the next election if they would get together, come together, work together. So I'm thinking in mind, if I look at the youth and I look at the women's strength among the youth and where the foreign minister stand, if she already relevant, already things that she have accomplished. So you look at where they have the women's strength. And so her showing all at Liberty Party, it seems to me it's too early to tell you, but collaboration, coming together, looking for a political party to collaborate with, or maybe candidate to work with, or it could be two women candidates running. So we don't know how that formula will work, but I think the women have already decided how they're going to put their numbers together and how it will play a major role in 2029. Yeah, if the women follow that script by working together, they can become the next president of Liberia. So that's how I will look at that.
All right. I think that's a far-fetched, but let's go back to Mr. Donkey to interject. Mr. Donkey, if you're with us. Oh, God.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Nuba.
Can I comment?
Hold on, Mr. Nuba. I think Donkey is back with us.
Am I live?
Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
So based on the 2023 general elections, you can obviously tell the bigger political parties in Liberia. And this is what I have here. This is what I have here, and let me place it in the chat so that we all can see it, right? Is it based on the 2023 election? Yeah, no, I'll place it in the secret chat box. You will see it there. Based on the 2023 general elections, the top political parties in Liberia are dominated by the Coalition for Democratic Change, the Unity Party, which together control the majority of the legislative seats. Other influential parties include the Alternative National Congress, the People's Unification Party, which is the PUP, the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction. These parties from core of Liberian politics often operating within coalitions. Coalition for Democratic Change, leading opposition, former President George Weah. So the Liberty Party is placed at number 7 of top 10 bigger political parties in Liberia. So how can you be claim that the Liberty Party is the third largest party in Liberia? When it is there, you can go and search it up. They are placed at number 7. So on what ground from the 2023 elections, what ground now in fact, since the 2023 elections, all of the activities of the Liberty Party have slowed. There had not been functional operation of the Liberty Party unless now that they're trying to come up, because 2029 is just right closer and they want to start, kicking the ball rolling for political activities. So on what ground? So people should stop making statements. I would like to see that as a political statement, maybe that they are using to be able to draw the attention of more Liberians to the party. But obviously, that's not a reality that they are the third bigger party in Liberia. They should start daydreaming about
I would not, just to rebut the statistic on the 23 election. I wouldn't use the 23 election as the yardstick because that's where the struggle. They were divided. They fought in between. So voter looking at how they were fighting among themselves. I wouldn't look at that as the third largest party. I would look at the election before the 23rd election, and I think that would give her something where she was coming from and what she was talking about. They were divided. Because she talked about it, how they were divided. There's no political party that have been divided, and they came back together. So she was not thinking about the 23rd election to look at the third largest party. So maybe she was looking at over time all of the different elections that was here, but now she will not use the 2023 election because they were divided, ability, had control. They went through legal battle. So I wouldn't look at that to be the true statement to determine what she was trying to talk. I would like to look at what happened in previous election before the 2023, where they stood.
Well,
okay, Mr. Nugo?
Yes, I would say in the 2005 election, I guess this the second round. Unity Party came first, CDC came second, and the National Patriotic Party. In the 2011 election, it was the only election where Liberty Party came third. In the 2017 Unity Party in the second round, first round, CDC second, and Liberty Party. That was in the 2011 election. 2017 election, Congress for Democratic Change came first, second, Unity Party, and third, ANC. In the 2023 election, Unity Party first, CDC second, third, Alternative National Congress, followed by all Liberian Party and other smaller parties. You see, Unity Party, Liberty Party is part of that and other smaller parties. So the only time they came third was in the 2011 election.
2011 election. Okay.
Yeah.
That was 2 election cycles ago, right?
3 elections ago.
3 elections ago. Okay. All right. I think we are giving this a very good statistical analysis to prove that Madam Kanga is perhaps probably looking as far back as you have just did, Mr. Nubo, and the current statistic doesn't support her declarative statement that the Unity Party, so Liberty Party, is the third largest political party. And for me, the reason I'm holding a very skeptical about that. CDC won Liberty Party in Grand Bassa, I think twice, first and second round. If the Liberty Party was that strong, if it had any claim to be in the first 5 political parties, it would have secured Grand Bassa County, which is one of the largest vote-rich counties in the Liberian body politics for the rescue team. But it never did on 2 occasions. CZ won Grand Bassa in the first round, and it won Grand Bassa in the second round. So I don't know what you're looking at to say that. But let's move on to the greater political scene. And how do we look at Yombi Kanga ability to woo more women to Liberty Party? I don't know. Maybe somebody can correct me here. Is there any other political party in Liberia that is led by a female other than Liberty Party? Is there any other political party? Let's start with you, Mr. Duncan. Do you know of any political party? You're muted. You're muted.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm okay now. Yeah. This political party, I'm trying to get her name, who says she's the spouse of the speaker, Magdala Kopo. Magdala Kopo had a political party where she was the standard bearer. In fact, she's the standard bearer of that political party.
I mean, Dougie, I don't mean to lie, but hold on, man. Hold on. Seriously? Seriously? How many votes? What the party name is? Because I don't know the party name. Can anybody know the party name?
No, myself, I've forgotten the name of a party.
What are you going to call me? You know the party name you call me.
Yeah, but she's the standard bearer for the party, though. Magdala Kopo.
Okay, go ahead. I just want to make sure that we highlight that before you go. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I think that should be the 2 political parties that have female standard bearers. Magdala Kopo's party, that of the Liberty Party, now which has Yombi Kanga Lori, which Yombi, if I had not had the opportunity to contest on as a presidential candidate. So so far, I think the only party we should be giving credence to that part of political party, female standard bearer is Magdala Kopo. Even though she did not obtain more votes, but she was the one who, the lone female candidate who, contested in elections as a presidential candidate. For Yombi, we cannot tell whether maybe in 2029 there's going to be an emerging with any other political party that she might likely not come, in the race. So the time is still far. So to give more credence to female candidates, then we'll give credence to Magdala Kopo, even though she's not obtaining, the level of votes, but she took the challenge to challenge, all of the male candidates that participated in the elections.
Okay.
Hello?
All right. I'll come back to that.
I want to give a party name. I think
one second. Mr. Nibu, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a plagiarized name. You remember Liberian Democratic Future, LDF? Magdala Kopo Party is Liberians for Democratic Future, LDF.
Well, if they're in an LDF member out there, make sure you have to go to court.
Yeah. I was just looking at something. There are 50 political parties right now, and they're predicting 2 years or 3 years before the election, we'll have 70 political parties. So I just wanted to share that.
Wow. Divided by 5.2 or 5.3 million people, and look at the age from
No, Mr. Ryan. If you say 5.2 or 5.3 million people, then obviously you'll be giving a right to those who are non-voters because you must reach 18 years before you have the right to be a member.
You extract the voting age from them. That's what I mean.
So if we're doing if we'll be extracting the voting age off, that means we should be looking at maybe around 3 point something million people, because obviously there are more people who are not voting rights. So let's just talk about 3 point something million people who have voting rights.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I meant. All right, let's go. Councilor Day, you wanted to come in?
Yes, I want to come in. And what I want also do, let us not outrage and let us not outrule her statement completely. Maybe she spoke out of context as well. Even though, I mean, as I said initially, her statement when it comes to on the realism basis, reality is not being well manufactured, but we'll look at it another way and we somehow a little bit agree again, in part, because if you look at the trend, maybe she's not talking about the presidency. She may also re-reference the representation in the House. So when you look at the trend, currently, and I think Liberty Party has a total of about 6 seats, approximately, are still to be corrected. They're on the internet to verify currently. So currently you may have, meaning 4 in the lower house, 4 in the lower house, then 2 in the upper house. So when you go back again, 2011 at the time, she had 12 seats, and 8 in the lower house, and 4 in the upper house. And she declined a little bit 2017, which the total seat were 9, 5 lower house and 4 in the upper. When we look at the trend, yes, representation in the house, yes, she could be one of the Unity Party could be one of the strong political party. Probably could be maybe for another level because they have representation at the house. Because obviously it have been CDC and Unity Party who have more representation in the house. But we could not take note of the other political parties, like all parties now. Imagine the Kumis we also measure about at a certain point in time before 2023, 2017. I think I said we correct. I think they only have 1 seat at the time. So for now, we should use all measures to evaluate her statement, not just the presidency alone. Because last election, the Unity Party, as one of the panelists said, were divided. The Musa Bedede faction and her faction. And besides, they did not put forward a candidate. Maybe presidential aspirant. They merged with while Musa Bedede was merging with ANC, she was also with the Unity Party. So these factors can also maybe put some truthfulness in her statement that she is the third political party, but as I said, it could be totally out of emotion. But let's look at the representation in the House as well. It could be another means to measure her statement.
Okay. So let me engage you more on that, Councillor. Where are these representation coming from for the ANC?
No, you mean for the Liberty Party?
Across various counties.
For Liberty Party.
The Liberty Party.
For I will not be specific. I'll say on the internet because we're discussing with Tata before the recent on the internet. Okay. So the two in the house, I think one is from Grand Bassa from the upper house, which is the pro tem for herself. Then the second one, maybe if I come back, I will get the details. That's why that just give me another 5 minutes. I'll give you all the details.
Okay, sure.
So where is Dara
The second one is
the
second one is Abraham Dallas Delon.
Abraham Dallas Delon.
CPP.
No, Abraham Dallas Delon, Liberty Party honor CPP. No, but the Liberty Party honor CPP.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the second one should be Abraham Dallas Delon.
Okay.
Yeah, because there are six in the legislature in the lower house. Then there are 2 in the upper house. Yombly, the pro tem, and AB Dallas Delon are the 2 in the upper house. except for the lower house, which I cannot name all of the lawmakers that they have there.
Okay. I think this will really give us a good idea what she meant by that. If they are spread across at least 3 or 4 counties out of their 4 lawmakers, then it shows strength. But if majority of them are coming from Grand Bassa, then it really don't show strength. But that's my point I'm trying to make here. But anyway, let welcome to the floor, Mr. Christopher J. Nippet. Mr. Nippet, how you doing today? Welcome to the show. Okay, Mr. Nippet is not with us here. So,
thank you. What a pleasure to have a distinguished and councillor in the person of the LPP's chairman, if he's in the studio, and
no, Mr. Nippet, he's running late. He's not in the studio yet. We expect him.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I thought that was I heard Mr. Day.
No,
Councillor Day, I'm sorry I didn't address you properly.
no, that's it. That's the reference, Mr. Davis. That's it, bro. It's just
No. You have elevated the title of Mr. So we have to properly address you. We have you as a councillor on this set, and to you and all of my panelists, the man who needs name starts with N, Mr. George Noble, my dear host,
Present.
the veteran himself, who is the busy bees on that side, journalistic busy bee on the outside, bringing all the distinguished people to talk with. And I cannot forget about Alex, who stays much longer than every one of us to even close the studio. And to our people in the radio land, good evening. It's a pleasure being in your presence.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Smith. I'm sorry. Ooh, Mr. Smith. Mr. Nippet, I'm sorry. Well, I wanted to thanks to the viewers. You're doing well. Your number has matched your like, so that's good. Let's keep it up. Veteran Smith, any update from the counselor and his team?
I sent them a text that will be waiting for them. So I will check to see how far they are. The last time I checked, they were leaving from Kakatan. So how far is Kakatan to Magibi? So that's where I will be checking again.
I mean, it's in the city of Magibi, right?
Now, how far is Kakata to Monrovia now? From Kakata to Monrovia is to Central Monrovia. That's just in Monrovia is about 50 kilometers.
No,
It's
but
about 35 to 45
Magibi.
minutes.
He lives in Magibi, so depending where his home is in Magibi.
Oh,
So
but then
if he lives in Magibi, yeah. So what Magibi is doing, don't determine which part of Magibi, because even coming down to the Douazon area, those places are part of Magibi, so we can't tell whether it's that part, because Magibi and Monrovia or Montserrat boundaries is just quite funny. So we need to know which part of Monrovia or which part of Magibi he lives.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Duncan. So thank you, Veteran Smith. Please keep an eye on the team. Hopefully we can get him before we close up. But we are at the time where we go to our fellow listeners on the radio side and have them chime into the program based on what we have discussed so far. And when we come back, Mr. Nippet, we're going to fill it in real quick. Some of you do a quick fill in, then we'll come back. We're going to start with you. So we started the program with a video that we play from the Liberty Party, honoring the late Chief Justice Gloria Musu Scott for helping them through the legal troubles pro bono, and they awarded her for her good work. And at that program, a lot of things were said. Madam Besla Yanti, our foreign minister, according to the pro tem, said the Liberty Party is a home and the pro tem took it as if Madam Yanti said, "I'm back home. I'm back to the base where I started from." So she's hoping that she can come back to the Liberty Party. But then the pro tem also declared that Liberty Party is the 10th largest political party in the country. So these are the points that we were going through before you came in. So we want to go to the line, and then when we come back, we're going to come back to you for your analysis. Mr. Wulu, please take us to the line, sir, and try to give us as much call as you can get while we wait for our special guest to come. At this point, we're all mute, sir. Mr. Wulu? Mr. Alex Wulu. Okay. Let's go to you then, Mr. Nippet. Let's try you. There was a quick rundown how to give you. So based on what I just told you, let's get your analysis all waiting for Alex to come.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for bringing the information to me. That day, Her Excellency, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Madam Sarah Beslow Yanti, going back home. When you say I'm going back home, it's like you went to visit elsewhere and you are returning to what is your official domicile. So I will not take that for a grain of salt. I will take it as, yes, Her Excellency, the Foreign Minister of the Republic of Liberia, finds the Liberty Party or sees the Liberty Party as a premier political home. And that will be correct in the context of her statement. And I welcome the idea that the former Chief Justice, Honorable Madam Gloria Musu-Scott, who I have known for a very long time. She grew up within the vicinity of Barclay Training Center. Her deceased father was a colonel in the armed forces of Liberia. And I think we do honor to whom honor is due. One of the female Chief Justices, following in the step of Chief Justice Johnson. I welcome the idea that at least they thought about her to honor her.
Yeah.
Because we have not had many female justices of the Supreme Court. So we have Madam Johnson, who will be the first Granen Yo. No, she preceded Granen Yo. And Gloria Musu-Scott, Honorable Gloria Musu-Scott. And then Chief Justice Granen Yo. So those are lightning legal luminaries, females, that is. And for a party such as the Liberty Party, which sees itself in the third rank or the third tier, it's a wonderful thing that they have accorded her what befits her title. And I think it is timely. I do agree that Unity Party, if you take it that from the President Pro Tempore that she has graded her party as the third, There is a little. The pedalum is not balanced there. We see NPP coming before the Unity Party. If you take it in the context of the 1997 election, where NPP overwhelmingly defeated the Unity Party, and you cannot dispense of NPP as not being a formidable party. So then Unity Party comes into that sphere as the current ruling party. And we don't know what might happen tomorrow if NPP is returned to the first rank, because it has a huge
let me hold you there, Mr. Nippet. Let me hold you there. Mr. Donkey, can you check on Mr. Wulu and see what's going on? Please, at the studio, because I'm not getting him. I'm trying to call him, I'm not getting him. Thank you. I see he's coming back now. Okay, great. But before we go to the let me ask you the question, Mr. Nippet. What metrics are you using? You mentioned NPP twice, and you said we should not rule them out. What would be your metric?
Oh, simple, very, very simple. For the party of His Excellency George Manuel Weah to have won the Congress for Democratic Change, to have won the presidency, they could not do that single-handedly, so they had to merge.
Okay, not you think a major role in that coalition?
No, just a moment. They had to merge with the NPP. And what elevated that party to the presidency after the blow of Madam Jewel Howard Taylor as VP. So it struck a balance whether they had 55% and the Congress for Democratic Change have 45%. Numerically or percentage-wise, it's difficult to determine because both of them have massive crowds. Massive crowd. Don't forget.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mr. Nippet, I gotta hold you right there because I think you're making news here. You want to compare the strength of CDC to NPP? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Remotely?
But if you look at NPP's strength, don't forget, NPP had overwhelmed the Republic of Liberia, taking over every county. And their presence is within those counties.
Mr. Nippet, what is your metrics? Is it based on the crowd, the pool, or is it based on the representation they have at the legislature, or based on the general elections that they have?
Well, right now, the CDC has more people, more representation in the House, both in the House and I think in the Senate. I think after being able to look at the numerical strength in either of the two houses, the lower and the upper. But I think that we have a lot of presence in both houses. For instance, the deputy speaker was one time seditious, and that is not something that we all don't know. And there are many others who are seditious. I heard that the Liberty Party do not have the many presence in the House of Representatives or Senate.
We just counted four representation of Liberty Party in the House of Representatives. And
then in the Senate, you got one.
We got two.
Because is Senator Dillon?
Yeah. Even though he came on a CPP ticket, but he was from the Liberty Party.
But when now, if you pass through a door, that door is where you pass. The door is number 2. That way, you number 2. He did not come from Liberty Party. So if he could not have made it with Liberty Party, because you have to look at it.
Nobody named representatives for how to call it Liberty Party.
That's what I'm saying.
They have 6, but nobody named them.
Yes, true. I agree with that.
And
Yeah.
even you check Basso County. I don't think they have representative, from Liberty Party.
Okay. All right. Let me hold you this, guys. Alex, are you with us now? Okay, Mr. Napier, go ahead, sir. Mr. Nuba, are you on?
No, I was the one. Nubo interjected.
Yeah, I was just.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Napier.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to speak on the numerical strength because I must be honest. I have not studied the number of persons, the number of partisans from each of the political parties. Because if it was so, getting the former speaker out, the pendulum would have swung on one side, but we can see here a whole lot of confusion had ensued prior to the speaker being removed. So whether there were too many, unity partisans, I cannot tell. Because if they had that strength, if there were 35 in the House, they could have easily moved the speaker. So apparently, one party or the other is not more than maybe 1 or 2 persons. So that will be what I would say. But when it comes to NPP, we shouldn't forget, because to forget the past is to forget what obtained in the past. And the past is a bridge that lands up to the present, so that the present, we use the present to get to the future. So I think the NPP has some voice in the country. And their voices have not been totally diluted. Why it is true that the Unity Party is the ruling party. And maybe one of the reasons why that has happened is NPP does not have a standard bearer, a standalone standard bearer for that party that will move all of his partisans towards the election. In other words, does not have the electorate that will move them, but it is a formidable party. This is why the CDC found it out. Again, let me say to the memory of George Solo, he was able to quickly determine we cannot do this alone.
Okay, let me hold you right there. I want to bring in Councilor Day, because I find it very hard if I can to even wrap my head around what you're saying, Mr. Nippet. Yes, to look at CDC and Unity Party.
I can't get you.
Bring in Councilor Day. Oh man, you're not hearing me?
Yeah, but you didn't allow me to land.
Okay, let me give you a few seconds to land. I want to bring.
So the question should be: so the question, if we are dispensing completely of the NPP, of which I'm not a part, if we are dispensing completely of NPP, then the question must be: in the last 6 years, a party could not go to the election until they call on NPP. To amalgamate that strength with the CDC that were carried His Excellency George Weah the coveted room as president.
I don't think the CDC will buy into that, but hold on. I think Alex, are you with us?
No, but then we're asking the question: if you cannot buy into that, then why did you call the MPP? If you could stand alone to go to the presidency, the presidential election and win, then you should not have called NPP. But to have called NPP up on board gave everybody the impression that they could not have done it alone. I mean, it's simple as swallowing fufu.
Okay, let engage. Let's see how we insert that fufu with Mr. Councilor Day. Councilor Day, are you done with your research? I want to add one dimension to that.
Well, maybe let me give small.
One second, Mr. Nubo. Let me see if Mr. Councilor Day with us.
Yeah, let me Mr. Nubo give it information out for us.
Okay, Mr. Day, Councilor Day.
Liberty Party. When we talk about Liberty Party, we think about Basso County. But here is the list of the people in the House.
Okay.
Isaac G. Barney, he's from MPC. J. Clarence T. Bench, he's independent. Matthew Joe.
Just give the Liberty Party on. That's all one.
No. Matthew Joe, CDC, Alfred H. Flomo, Unity Party.
No, Mr. Nubo, just give us Liberty Party, please.
Okay. Thomas Gashua, this is CPP aligned. So that is in Basso County.
Is that the only person for Liberty within the CPP?
That's the only person in Basso County.
Okay. All right. What about MPP? Did you see anything about MPP there?
No. I don't think Barney is in the House.
In the Senate.
In the Senate, Barney went there on CDC ticket.
With the coalition or what?
No, CDC or no, he went on MPP. He was MPP chairman.
On the coalition.
Yeah, I agree, but he was NPP chairman.
Okay, but I was CDC.
Okay, but Mr. Nubo cannot be moving the goalpost. Earlier on, we said with DeLong, we said CPP. No. How you went in?
In the House, I think CDC has zero. CDC had MPP has 0 member in the House.
What about the Senate?
No, I disagree. Because the coalition of Democratic Change, had 25 representatives. 25.
Yeah.
Independent is the second has 11 and has nothing.
They will come to you. Let have Mr. Nubo complete. Mr. Nubo complete your study, please.
I said in the Senate, they have their cousin there, James Barney, who won on CDC ticket, on a coalition ticket.
Okay. All right. I think we got Alex well now. Alex, are you there, sir?
Okay.
Alex.
So
can you hear me, sir?
Maybe Liberty Party have 1 representative in Masurado County. So,
can you hear me, sir?
Mr. Wright, getting me?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Yes, we're hearing you.
You guys getting me?
Yes.
Yeah, we're hearing you.
We're hearing you. Yes.
So we can go to the phone line, right?
Yeah, let's go to the phone line, please, and give us a few calls.
All right.
Mr. Nebe, you got to prove that your MPP stuff because
when we come back, he has to prove it.
I will prove
it. Yep.
Ellis, mute yourself so we can hear you. Let me unmute it.
And
Ellis got to unmute yourself. We can't hear you, sir.
The only representative
0776 105 105 881 143504. 0776 105 105 881 143504. Let's hear from you. You're going to be live here this evening on the program that bet to differ. 0776 105 105 881 143504. 0776 105 105 881 143504 are the numbers supported through this evening. And trust me, it's going to be live on the program. I beg to differ. Let's take our teams.
I beg to differ. Liberia.
All right, guys. Ellis connection is very, very bad tonight. He's been doing this all night. Ellis, if you hear me, please turn on the website. Claudia said the website is not streaming. So please turn on the website. In fact, speaking of Claudia, she's in the room. So let's bring her on board. Madam Claudia, how you doing, ma'am?
I'm fine, thank you. And how is everyone tonight?
Everyone is doing excellent. Good to have you.
We are doing good. You came and you ran away.
No. I was trying to see how the frequency was. Just doing some background check, make sure the show is appearing properly out there to the.
Yes, I very appreciate that. I very appreciate that. I told her, I said, you always watch when you're not on, you're always listening from the website. So I told him that today. But Ellis just informed me that LEC is gone, so they're going to switch to a generator. They're going to take a while, gentlemen. So we're on our own here. But let's welcome you, Madam Claudia, to the show. How's it going today?
Everything is okay out here. In Liberia, where I am here in Margibi, things seem to be okay. Apart from a lot of illegal land selling and police enforcing joint security to try to, apprehend people who are selling land illegally, especially information reaching us that one of the senators of Liberia has highly been affected. His land was allegedly resold. So he's trying to apprehend everyone. So everyone's staying low and home. Because, the police don't play when they want to catch someone. They can hold anyone, get the main person. So we're all just being moderate and at home.
Alrighty, thank you. We'll come back to you because we're on a very touchy. Ooh, who was that? Somebody just dropped? Oh, that Mr. Nuba. Okay, he'll be back. Oh no, Mr. Nuba is here. Can't tell who was that. Well, anyways, we're on a very touchy subject. I know you're going to take a bite at it because you seem to be well informed with the political landscape of Liberia. So, Mr. Nippy, I'm going to come back to you. You got to make your case here tonight.
But my case is clear.
Okay, maybe we need more clarity then. What do you mean when you're trying to measure the strength, the political strength of NPP to that of CDC? And you're saying, essentially, you're telling us that CDC could not have extended to the national leadership without NPP. I'm not dismissing, but I think to the degree of which you are trying to equate that to the victory of CDC is where I differ with you on. So again, let's come back to you, sir.
But hear me out. Hear me out very well.
Yes.
If you and I have a task to perform, and I cannot do that alone unless I came to have you compliment my effort. And we were able to get to that place. Manos, you being represented does not mean to say I went there alone. It does not mean to say I went there alone. So let's look at it in the sense of two personalities. There is a task to perform. But the one who everybody says, oh, he able to do the task, he able to do the task, could not do it. So what does he do? He borrowed the strength to complement his. And together, the two of them carry the man up. Could President Weah, His Excellency President George Manuel Weah, go alone to the contest? We've seen it before. Even when he had to run as vice president and Mr. Tubman, Winston Tubman was his standard bearer. They did not make it. So that was a litmus test that the party could not run alone. Then, at the time, it was Tubman and Weah. They could not make it. So when it came to the second time, we said, all right. But I'm telling this, President Selly, by Excellency President Elliott Johnson Selly, will be leaving the throne of Liberia. And so let's hear it for the second time. George Solo found out from their prior experience that, gentlemen, we cannot do this alone. Numerically, yes, we have people, but our people will not be able to do it. So let's marry. So it was a marriage of, I think, substance. I would not call it convenience. There was a marriage of substance. The substance therein is to catapult the CDC to the presidency. And because of that marriage, and I recall that Mr. Barney from Maryland County was then chairman, or Mr. Stevie Allen was chairman, and they forged that relationship that carried President George Weah's party and the NPP to the presidency and vice presidency, respectively. So I say that because it's like a right foot and a left foot on a body. That body was a coalition body comprising of two elements of two political parties. Party one, CDC, Party two, Unity, and either one of them giving the strength that I think each of them have could be number one and the other one be number two. They can make that determination. But for CDC to have won, they had to merge what they call that the Grand Coalition with the Unity Party. That was carried in. And that would be the justifiable reason why I say NPP still has some political footing in the Republic of Liberia.
All right. Mr. Nubo, before I come to you, I don't like to do this, but I have to do it tonight because I want to make a point. Any one of us who ever did managerial accounting, and you did the subject of costing, we got two things when you're looking at costing: the cost element and the cost driver. I am wondering whether Mr. Nippy is looking at CDC as a cost element or as a cost driver. The cost element can be anything that is just part of the cost, there. But the cost driver are the people, are the elements that are really driving the cost. You need to pay close attention to. How you deal with that will determine whether the company makes profit or the company experience losses. Now, Mr. Nubo, let me come to you. Will you consider NPP within the coalition as a cost element or as a cost driver? Did they really play it? I mean, you know the case. You know where I'm coming from.
NPP.
Now that I make that point, let me come to you. Yeah.
MPP did not play any major role in Liberia. It is said that even if you put a dog on the table or on the ticket on a CDC banner, that person will win. That dog will win. And that's why these people, with the help of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, that's why this party migrated to CDC. So I mean, they were gravel seekers, as we say in Liberia. They were seeking gravel.
Okay.
You think if they didn't go there, you and Howard Taylor are going to be vice president of Liberia? That was under CDC, watchful eye.
Yes, sir.
So no, we can you check. I mean, I was checking. I said no. Let me take off my glasses. Maybe I can't see.
No, I differ with you.
I kept on seeing zero MPP representation in the House. They were telling you CDC got 25 members. But where about MPP?
Have you forgotten in politics that you can have carpet badger?
And
have you forgotten that you can have a carpet badger in politics?
Carpet bagger?
Badgers. People who cross carpet.
Okay.
So the people from NPP could have crossed over to CDC.
Let me learn now. Let me learn.
All right. No, I just thought to interject, that's all.
Yes. Let me learn. I mean, Winston Tubman was for in the first round. In 2005. He was with National Democratic Coalition. What was the party name?
NDPL.
NDPL. I think it was NDPL and True Way Party. No, not True Way Party. And 2011, he joined We Are. What was he looking for? He was looking for gravity. And 2017, the Frank Johnson Party, the MPP, they said that gravy there is smelling delicious, very delicious. So let listen to my advice, and we go and join CDC. And that's how CDC won the election. CDC take the credit. MPP as we speak. And Honorable Nippin corrected himself. At the time, Bannon was not a chair. But he corrected himself by saying Cyril Allen. But Bannon became chair in 2022. So no, that is the record. Bannon did not win. MPP senator alone, senator represent or candidate represent MPP alone cannot win in Maryland County.
Okay. So can I hold you right there, sir?
So let Mr. Nippin come and fight back.
Yeah, before Mr. Nippin
come fight back. I'm coming to fight back.
I'm ready for a quick tea.
Okay, we'll come out with tea, gentlemen.
Let me just run that.
Let's come by and we enjoy the tea. But if you join the tea now, stop you don't want to enjoy the tea.
No, let me just come in right away so I can forget my thoughts.
Okay, I tell a second one, Mr. Nippin. We're gonna go to the line.
I told tell a second.
Okay. I started.
Go ahead, sir.
Well, let me put it in the form of idiom or proverb. For a little soup to be sweet, you have to put several pieces of meat inside or soup kind inside. Here my colleague says talk about gravy. For that gravy to have been sweet, and the Liberia people taste it and say it's nice, there have to be other pieces, other spices to have made it what it became. Otherwise, from the litmus test of 2005 with President George Manneh Weah and Councillor Winston, Liberia's representative to the United Nations, who did not make it. It was based on that they had to look for other ingredients such that we elevate the taste of that soup that Mr. Novo just talked about. So I think CDC might not have done it alone, but the lady who is cooking and cannot just cook the soup with one piece of fish or anything to sweeten it. That's why they call upon the Unity Party. I indicated last second, that there are carpet badgers or people who cross carpet, political carpet. And sometimes when they cross like that, they do not go with a former party name. Some go as independent, and some go as the party that they are joining to go with our party. Perhaps that is why CD has a numerical advantage in the House of Representatives. That's that.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Nippon. Mr. Wulu, are you with us now, sir? Okay, sir. Please give us some calls now. Thank you.
So, folks, we'll activate the phone lines and hear from you here this evening. 776-105105, 881-143504, 0776-105105, 881-143504. Let's hear from you on the phone lines tonight. 0776-105105, 881-143504, 0776-105105, 881-143504. And you will be live tonight here on the program I beg to differ. Zero 776-105105, 881-143504. You've been listening to the show. What's our own import? 776-105105, 881-143504.
Mr. Wulu? I mean, it will not, Mr. Wulu? I know we'll pass the call time.
Yeah, it's all right.
We missed our window. We missed our window.
Okay.
My people.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
We want to apologize to our callers.
I think because of the electricity went and Mr. Wulu connection has been very, very challenging tonight. You've been in and out of the set. We'll try to do our best tomorrow to have you part of the show. But thanks for part of the show.
Let's just hold it and put in with the cartoon in monitoring.
Okay.
The retired captain, welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mr. Wulu. Good evening to all of our professors. And welcome into the weekend edition of our class. Thank you. With the topic on discussion, for me, what I'm looking at, what I observe, or what I've been observing with the issue about Liberty Party is that Liberty Party is struggling for leadership.
Okay.
Liberty Party is struggling for leadership. They lack leadership as it stands because you have the likes of Senator Nyombi, Representative Musa Hassan Berete, and others. But what we notice since the breakaway of Representative Musa Berete, Liberty Party has fallen perpetually. I want
Brigadier, are you with us?
the only one to run on the glory of the party. So people like Musa Berete, who already got his own catch, regardless of party issue or not, saying he broke away from the party. I challenge Yomli Kanka, I challenge Darren Dillon. None of them, because they don't even see the vision of the party. They know where they can go. So they all want to be linking somewhere to lay on somebody. And because all of these techniques have been exposed to all the other political parties now, so everybody decided to go on. So they are struggling for leadership. Trust me, very soon, you will not be hearing the new Liberty Party any longer. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for being part of the show. 776-105-105-881-14-3504. Trust me, if we put a call through, we will allow you here on the line. 776-105-105-881-14-3504. And let's hear from you here this evening. Mr. Riley can go ahead. Any call coming, I'll let you guys know.
Thank you, Mr. Wooler. Thank you, Mr. Wooler. Thank you. Thank you for calling in. We understand by 11:12 there to you, kind of very late there. We apologize, as I said earlier, for coming late to you guys. But let me spice the conversation up a little bit.
Okay, hold on. I don't know, I think he's gone now. Can Veteran Smith check to see if our guest for today is still want to appear?
Okay. Yeah, so Veteran Smith, you gotta come on. You sending me text. Why are you sending me text? Come on, you're on.
I think Mr. Noble's concern is in place. But hear me out on that point. I don't think, I suspect, I suspect the guest might not show up today. And, they are putting the Kakata Magibi thing in front. But how far is Kakata, if she lives in Magibi, that he will not be able to appear? Is it not possible he could be riding a car there and let us know what he's doing, or does he have to go to his domicile before he can come on the show? I sense that he is not coming on the show. If he comes, it'll be very late, so that we cannot ask too many questions. So that, don't forget the man. And I don't know whether Councilor Day will buy me out. The man is playing a legal game. You see, he doesn't want to come and ask on too many questions. I pause.
Okay, so I just got confirmation from Veteran Smith that the guest would not be on tonight. Okay, if Veteran Smith is on stage, let me put you so you can give us an update. Veteran Smith, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's your update, sir?
That the leader of Liberian People Party, what I heard from his media personnel, that he will not be on tonight. That's where it stopped.
Okay. Any reassurance?
Reschedule.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. I mean,
they call you or you call them.
Or I call the person I've been interacting with.
Okay. Thank you, Veteran Smith.
So you see, I'm right.
Yeah, I think they did this in good faith, and perhaps the program. They would assume that the program was very hectic, and the council needed to rest. We can always re-engage to see what we can get on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or anytime next week.
Well,
but that's a leadership failure right there. That's a leadership failure right there. Mr. Nubo, I'm in trend. That's a leadership, a serious leadership failure right there.
Okay, Mr.
I'm coming.
No, Mr. Nebe, I want to hold you right there, sir. I want to hold you right there because we are live. Can we take this? Can we take this in the back, sir?
All right.
Yeah,
I agree.
Thank you. Thank you. And Mr. Nubo, to you too. If you're coming on the same subject, let's take it in the back. I beg you. Thank you.
No, I was saying, some of us, like me, I told you the situation.
Okay.
Well, I was invited, and because of that, because of him, his appearance. So no, I said no.
Okay. All right, Mr. Nubo, hold it right there, sir. Please. Thank you.
No. Yeah.
All right. So, like I said, let me spice the conversation up a little bit. And I know, I know you, Mr. Nubo, and Mr. Nebe, are going to have plenty to say about it. But in the meantime, before I go there, Claudia, you have been listening, and let's come to you. What do you make up of the CDC, NPP, and where they are in any form or shape, even close as far as political strength is concerned, as Mr. Christopher J. Nippet wants us to believe here tonight?
Wow. Well, in this case, it could be possible in terms of looking at 2029 election. There's absolutely no one in place to say they're ahead of anyone or could be ahead of anyone. It's almost like anything is possible.
Emotions. Let me hold you right there, man. Let's rewind the tip. Let's play it back one more time again. I won't go the Liberian way. Let's start all over one more time again. Let's rewind the tip. What is possible that CDC and NPP carries the same political strength? Is that what the possibility may exist? Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, definitely. Because Liberian politics is on sentiment. People tend to want to support what they're familiar with.
Okay.
We are familiar with Gongolo, for example. He's a big humanitarian. He has fought for the legal rights of everyone, especially women, journalists, or anyone for that matter. And he's popular. He's known. His name is popular. That's the sentiment right there. And I remember hearing one of the panelists saying that in time to come, Liberty Party will be pretty much gone out the window. And yeah, it's a possibility, because when you talk about sentiments, we only have like what, one or two people within that party that have that sentiment. There's Delon, of course, and the Senate Pro Tem. So again, NPP it's strong. It is strong, but just as the party stands, they don't have the physical physique of aggression to really stand out. Like, for example, if they're campaigning, you only see a handful of people. But behind the scenes, most of their supporters are people from the technology department, people from various places that they normally just are behind the scenes. You know what I mean? They're a party. NPP is a party that doesn't make a lot of noise, but has a lot of impact. So yes, NPP could take up there to CDC's front line of political popularity.
Okay, quick before I move away from you, emotions. Where is NPP base? Where will you identify NPP base to be? Political base.
Oh wow. Well, that's kind of hard to say for me right now.
Okay, if it is hard to say, emotions, then how could you? I can tell you, see, in numerous places of that can be characterized as CDC based. So if we cannot do that with NPP, then what again, I come back to this question. What are the metrics are we looking at? What are the measuring tools are we looking at to say, okay, and this is why we think, I know you talk about the technology folks, okay, but these are administrative work in the back. I don't know how that affect any political, movement. But if you can identify a NPP base, then how can we say that they remotely, measure up to CDC in terms of strength?
Well, it's just like looking at ANC, for example. They are someone that has the base where everybody talks about them, everybody knows them. You can have some areas you go and be able to incline with other members and political people aligned with that party. NPP comes and then they go. When it's time for them to come, they come in. When there's no clout, they go. They're very good at, going back and regrouping and coming back out with more force. Just like the chairman, he's a quiet guy, but he's enforceable and he's powerful. But when you say like CDC base, yes, CDC is an aggressive party. I mean, they wake up in the morning door to door, and installing people that this party is like this is that. NPP is not like that. They're more of like the Congo sentiment, quiet but accurate and sure. So I don't think it's important having a base. There's celebrities that don't have base, but they're still making a lot of money and a lot of airwaves and stuff, stuff like that. So
okay, all right. Let me go to who. Why did I feel that somebody dropped off stage? Okay, everybody's still here. Let me come to you, Mr. Nubo. I find this, and by the way, I said I wanted to spice the conversation up. So let me do that before I come to you, Mr. Nubo. And this is another angle. You can still stay with the NPP CDC thing, but you can also address this as well. Which political party in the history of Liberian body politics would you consider to be the most accomplished political party? And when I mean most accomplished, I mean that have achieved so much, that did so much economically, financially, infrastructurally, what else you add? Culturally. So these four elements. Let's talk about these four elements. And I'm bringing it up because we're talking about.
Let me say this: if you ask the sort of questions, you put time limit because we have put time limit. What do you mean by post-conflict?
Yes, I'll come into that, sir. Because I was going to exclude the True We Party because the True Party 130 some years, So we're going to exclude the True We Party. No, I'm talking about.
That is not true. True Party 130 some years. We have other parties.
Okay, Mr. Nubo.
Another debate for tomorrow.
Exactly. Because absolutely. But yes, no.
So you're taking the True Party from EJ Rod? That is 100 and something years.
I'm telling you. But let leave it for another day, Mr. David.
EJ Roy, the one appointed that party.
Let leave it for another day, I beg you. I beg you. Because they want to keep it all night. We can't go past that. But let's start from 1980, I beg you. From 1980. I don't like that timeline, but let's take that timeline from 1980. Which political party up to now, to 2026, is the most, I don't know if we should include, let's include the other party because it had 12 years, they don't know Madam Ellie. The most accomplished political party. Mr. I'm going to start with you. And I want to do that because we got.
You want to spice this up.
Please, let's do it 2 minutes. I beg you, 2 minutes each.
Okay, 2 minutes. I will do it within 2 minutes.
Okay, sir.
You want to spice this up, as you stated, but the question you ask, it's not doing that.
Okay.
I have not seen since.
Is it because you don't have the data? Oh
No. Down data business. I don't have data. You gotta blame me. Your country does not have data. And what do you mean when you say the most accomplished?
I just named the two elements to you. I mean the four elements to you.
I'm still looking for that party.
Okay.
Dokim, and organize a political party. I thought those were going to be somebody like Jerry Rawlings.
You mean NDPL?
NDPL. Be like Rawlings or be like Tuari. We brought Ellen, Mama Ellen.
No, Taylor.
I see Kigami.
Taylor. You jump in with Taylor.
Okay, Charles Taylor era, that was war era. Charles Taylor feel us. I mean, people who are dancing, or you kill my mom, you kill my pa, no, but I will vote for you. You feel all of them. And then Taylor was under sanction. But the grandma was elected. And all the good way,
President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, you mean? President Sirleaf, you mean?
Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. All the international goodwill came in. And we were to start on a new page like Rwanda. She failed. So should I praise or Liberty Party? No, Unity Party? No. And then we'll have We have is from the Southeast. And you saw the roads, the condition of the roads. Should I praise CDC? No, I cannot praise CDC. And then we have Joe Boakai. And we are talking about this from this yellow machine. Passing this ball to the VP and this and that. We're talking about B Mountain. So we are still looking for that party. Liberia is still looking for that party.
Okay.
That will make its mark on our lives. Thank you.
I differ with you fundamentally, but I will come back. Let's go to you, Mr. Day. Councilor Day.
Okay. From the Liberian perspective, from our own view as it is, because I know we are not reached to where we call accomplishment or achievement. But let me just say it from the level that we think on. And I'll be bold to say that the still nothing 80 up to present, the Unity Party have achieved more than the other ruling party at the time. Because democratic power, it has, at the time, it took power immediately after the war and it exercised some democratic control. The Unity Party engaged it helps stability and engage in reconstruction. Yeah. The next one will say the CDC. The CDC, one of its achievements is the peaceful transition of power from one democratic government to another. That's where they work. Another area they also work is infrastructure projects, the roads and other related issues. And despite there were economic challenges, inflation, and governance issue. One of the field of city government is the governance issue. They have so many governance concerns. That's why one is. But the United Party is strictly democratic institution. It provides debt relief, meaning it also encouraged international partners that were here and that also help towards our development. And as I said, is engaged into stability, there's peace, there's reconstruction, and post-war development is so difficult to the extent. You just come from war and you try to engage in development. And as we are seeing now, the current United Party government is also a symbolic of breakthrough. It has a major political breakthrough, which I could say that there are other things they are engaging in that their predecessors did not do. So, for man to answer your question, definitely is the party. No even any about that. Thank you.
Okay, all right. I beg to differ, but I will come back and say my own. Mr. Wulu, you got something to share? If I go to Mr. Nippet? I mean, you don't have to go back to 1980. You can go to where you get your data, whatever you pick up your data from.
Okay. So for me, comparing both parties, let me just go to the two parties that I know of, the Unity Party and that of the CDC-led government. So in terms of achievement in peace building, institution building, I think Unity Party have a strong record in that.
Okay.
And then if we are talking about physical infrastructure and that of grassroots education, access, then we look at the CDC government, because they did enough during their tenure in government. So for me, that's all I have to say about that.
All righty. That's strong. Okay. I'll come back to you, Mr. Nubo. I want to keep you for last, Mr. Nipe. Let's go to Claudie. Claudie.
Yes, I see Mr. Nuvo over there laughing already, as if you know my answer already. Well, I'm going to surprise you tonight. You dressed up 1980. 1980. We know that that's way ever since 1980 is a long time ago, and a lot of us didn't. We were still in diapers. We weren't following politics, so we can only talk about the most recent parties that came into existence. Well, a lot of us, and when I speak about us, I'm talking in general, even those that are listening, were able to fundamentally become someone, whether a student or job affiliated or someone of prominence, because of Unity Party. I know a lot of people who have developed their lives, who have gained skills, and who have been able to provide for their families because of Unity Party. And my Eileen's power, because she taught us that power and having skills and talent and having a job at those things were something that was very important, because that could make us and make our lives better. But I do know that it was CDC that actually brought me into journalism, because a lot of people don't know when CDC formed itself 2005, putting George Ware ahead of, the face of CDC. It was not the Congress for democratic change. It was the coalition. And someone who is presently doing time in jail for murder, John Williams, he was one of the founders of the coalition. I don't know, it's because of his criminal problem that he had. That's why they decided to change the name. But it was John that encouraged a lot of us to look at leadership and look at development and look at so many things. I mean, he was contacting us directly through Messenger and every platform and encouraging us to follow politics and know about politics, So when it comes to those two structures, teaching us about the government and how important it is to follow politics and how important it is to be noble and citizens and so forth, that was CDC. But when it came to sustaining and sustainability and bettering our lives and teaching us human rights, what's right, what's wrong, who's allowed to have their boundaries, and being civilized. I'm sorry for saying that, but being civilized and civilization, it was Unity Party. Unity Party, I think, would probably be one of the parties that I would say is definitely a political party that has gotten close, because now that Unity Party is back, it went down the drain. And Joseph Boyka, I know, is having a hard time getting it back to that civilization that we had when Mylene was in power. So that's my opinion.
Okay, Miss, I don't differ a lot on that. I think you're speaking from when you started following. So yeah, I think I can accept that. Mr. Nipe.
How you doing? Yeah, thank you. No, you have 2 minutes. Why you restricting me to 30 seconds?
Don't worry, Mr. Dubois. The time is clocking.
Well, I'll give it to if President Doe were alive, we would see the NDPL, because he started following the trend of President Talbot, building some local housing projects and what have you. And since he's not alive, we'll give it up regularly to the Unity Party. And why do I say so? First, you talk about peace. Without peace, you cannot have anything to be done in the country. So the first thing is peace. Stability. President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I hope she's not listening to me to say, call me Ellen. Her Excellency, the first African female president who made history for us, for the Republic of Liberia. I gave it to her party, the Unity Party, for peace building. During her 12 years, there were a similar round of people who were trying to bring in chaos in the society, but she tried to manage it, and she did manage it. She internationalized she changed the paradigm shift by returning Liberia on the map of the map of the international community. And then democracy was for the few to incorporate on the angle of peace, all of the other pieces that truly represented democracy. The third thing I would say for her, during her tenure, we have the FDI, the Foreign Direct Investment. That when all of these parties, all of these concession agreements to facelift or elevate or maintain the economy was brought forth, foreign direct investment. And then she started with the reconstruction of what we now call the finishing it, what we now call the multi-purpose ministries, where you have the defense ministry. Under President Samuel Kanyando, it was initially intended to have been the defense ministry, being supported by the Israeli government. And when she came in her wisdom as the leader, she decided to expand it and have many ministries housed there. So on that note, and then in tandem with what His Excellency Joseph Boakai is doing, road construction, in his arrest agenda, and we see it within the Queensway area, they're trying to have overpass bridge and what have you. And there are other things in the pipeline which will be unfolding. I give it to the Unity Party. I give it to hands down as being the most efficient, most effective, most disciplined political party in Liberia.
Okay.
Party.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Nippet. Let me say this. So I agree with Mr. Nippet, but even though he didn't go into details about it. Getting the feedback. Okay, that's yes, my take. The NDPL is the most accomplished political party in Liberia political body history. Yes, why? In life. All right, why is LST on mute? Okay. In life, anyone who helps you with upward mobility, self. All right, Alex, are you unmuting yourself? Because every time I mute you, okay, there you go. Good. Upward mobility, self-awareness, cultural identity. These, for me, we're going to talk about infrastructure and education and healthcare and what have you. But these three elements count very importantly in the life of anybody, especially in the life of a nation. So then let's step back a little bit and look at this in details. It was the NDPL who gave you your first indigenous currency. First with the Doe coin, then it went to the JJ. What that did was to eliminate the use of US dollar in your economy. What that further did was to stop the capital flight out of your country. Mr. Neve, go ahead. Mr. Neve, go ahead, do your research. Because I don't know how you're going to do it. I see you shaking your head. But when I don't,
that's why you see I brought in the NDPL. And when I said NDPL, that language was composite, looking at all of the things that NDPL did, now which you are naming. That's why I said, unfortunately, he passed.
No, but we're not talking about the individual, we're talking about the party.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But who was putting all of these things? That's an individual. The Standard, it was the brain of the Standard Bearer and all of the people annexed to the Standard Bearer. It was not only the Standard Bearer, but it was a team. So who was the captain of that team?
It was a team, but the question was now, who was the most successful leader in Liberian body politics?
No, we said, you just backed me. You just backed me. I said NDPL. Yes. And I said, the reason why I use NDPL because I did not want to name everything that NDPL said. Okay, I did not want to name everything that NDPL said.
No, but
So I limited it to naming the party, followed by his death, or after his death, then came Unity Party. And so I named Unity Party's achievement. Don't forget they also made money.
Okay, but I'm coming to that, man. I'm coming to that because look, when this is what I think we forget a lot. And we either we do the consciously or we do the unconsciously. And I know, deep down we got the innate bias when we deal with. And I like the way Mr. Wulu and Emotion said it. From where they started following the politics, I always say, leadership, no matter anywhere on the face of the earth, is generational. It's anywhere on the face of the earth you go. It is generational. I am a caveat, but I cannot argue with somebody who lived in the 1940s and 1950s and 1960s and there with the Gavi movement. And I try to argue with them. It would not make no sense. I can't make sense of that. Similarly, with any other stuff. So I understand that. But history also teaches us that we can look back and see what has happened and be able to compare it to the present. I'm making a declarative statement because no other political party can compare their achievement to that of the NDPL. None. And here's why. I'm going to, in closing, NDPL had atrocity that it committed. So too was the NPP. So too was the Unity Party on Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So too was the CDC on George Weah. And so too now is the Unity Party for 2.0 with the atrocities. So that we can cancel that out. And we cancel the atrocity and the bad governance, and we just stick to the upward mobility that we're giving to or that were brought forth by this administration through the political parties. The NDPL stands out miles. And nobody can argue that because I can take all day, an entire semester to argue that. And I can go point by point, financially, economically, infrastructurally, culturally. I can argue that because I lived through NDPL, I lived through NPP, I lived through Unity Party or 1.0, I lived through CDC, and I'm living through Unity Party 2.0.
So why did we go to war? Why did we go to war and you are saying all these things?
Why did we go to war?
Yeah. Because it was
7 minutes over.
Okay, 7 minutes over. Okay, let's go back. If you're clocking me, okay. Let's go to Councillor Day. Councillor Day, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Councillor Day, because that was my question. That's the question I come to ask you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want you to I want you to address that question. Because if you try to rule out the atrocity, because I agree, I'm one of the proponents of NDPL, but not to the context that we are discussing, but that government as well. Despite a transition from military to civilian, but the entire rule was totally authoritarian. And there's so many kind of issues that happened even prior to 1989 to 1990. I agree the current constitution we are given now is the NDPL government formulated that brought in the Second Republic. And there's something I will bring little law is that there's something we call rule of law and there's something we call rule by law. What I noticed for the NDPL, they were ruling by law, but not the rule of the law. Meaning there were so many, they were using the law to justify whatever they were doing, but not in the better interest. Like so many human rights violations, atrocities were there. Some individual political rivals or activists were gone missing, some were will leave the country. Most people were intimidated. So how I learned, you will hear that people will say the much about tribalism, nepotism. I agree, I understand, but let's be sincere. Let us not be biased, let us not be subjective, but let's look at the fact. Because these are the things that led to the war. If that government, we have a good governance at the time, well, why it is? Yeah, you talk about. Did they formulate a policy that will uphold all the things that they introduced? No. But imagine that kind of the MPP. You talk about we try to deal with single currency. The way achieve that, no. Even the Central Bank Act of 1999, we say using dual currency.
Yes.
A recognized dual currency is spread out there. So, though we're trying to be so much, you're trying to form another color for the United States. How you try to say we will pay by your money and they will so and we'll create our own currency. We want the United States. He did out of frustration or out of defiance with the United States. So I think that's good correct. But however, please answer my question. Why do we go to war then if all these things were better?
Okay.
Well, that was his closing statement. So I don't think he can come back.
What do you mean?
He is the host, but that was his closing statement.
What was my closing statement, Mr. Lugo?
Your closing statement. So you blew it. Let's move to the next speaker.
No. Let me answer the question very sustained shortly. You went to war based on few reasons. One, political greed. Two, lack of patriotism. Three, a well organized and propaganda machinery that were active behind the scene and did not care about the lives and the well-being of the country. And there were people that were gunning for revenge. Clearly. Lastly, though the geopolitics also played against Doe and the NPP. You can't, in fact, it played a major role. If it was not for geopolitics, meaning the change within the geopolitical scene when America became the only superpower and America realized it didn't have the USSR to deal with anymore, it didn't need the likes of Doe to hold its, end in West Africa and Africa in general, to confront Gaddafi and all the other, progressive movement that was on the continent. So yeah, the people that they consider to be communist. So they had to get rid of Doe because they didn't need him. They had to do with him. He was done. I mean, the American Treasury guy, I forgot the name. I'll find a name for you. Read Dane Monrovia and said it. So we don't have any money to give you no more. We also need money. Because y'all spent so much money and they were broke. Luckily for them, the USS collapsed because they're too on the verge of collapsing because they spent so much on arms race, and undermining activities around the world. That's why today America run 800 bases around the world. It's not a small feat, financial feat to undertake. So these are the reasons, my brother. I don't know if you were old enough as I was to listen to some of the testimony that were given on radio by some of the rebels that were captured. Some bogus reason. That's why the guys that came from Libya, that trained in Libya, they brought them up on TV. That's what the reason they get them make no sense. And there's a reason why too, my brother. Look, every country has a but. But when Ellen Johnson asked why it said you didn't deal with Doe through the political process, she said we could not deal with Doe through the political process. What we needed was war, violent takeover. That was some of the. And I'm telling you now, yes, there were other. I'm not whitewashing the atrocities and the bad governance and all of you. They were present. But what I said to you was, if you tally that up across the board, then don't forget to now somebody think all propaganda. They could not be proven. They could not be proven. And I've said it one time. I always say it among people. Where do I find myself? The issue that is held over NTPO and Dole was the atrocity in Nima, that the children were murdered and put in the well. People have asked over and over, if this is true, take us to where the atrocity happened, so that we can commemorate the dead there and put up a statue who will say never again this happened in our history. Not one person can take you there. When Prince Joseph was alive, he will ask the same question: where did the atrocity happen in Nima County? Take us there. A journalist went there when the war over. He went there. So I'm here. You'll take me to where the atrocity happened, where children were murdered and put in the well. You'll take us there, so that we can identify this place and find the perpetrators. Nobody could take us there. When Prince Joseph repeated the thing, even when the vice president, when he said the children were taken, adopted and sold, he will ask the same question: where? Who are those children? Where are the parents? He couldn't say that. So I want to be careful. Some of these things we heard, they were only perpetrated because of the politics at the time. So when you're looking at that, so because of the war, because of this, then I want to say, let me cautious about it. Let me cautious about it. So these are my reasons. You know, even if Mr. Dua forget that I am the host of the show, but you want to control it. But anyways, Mr. Gay, did I answer your question? And I want to move to Mr. Nubo. Okay, Mr. Nubo?
I'll come back, but yes.
Well, Mr. Nubo is coming for the second time.
All right, let's go to Mr. Fred the veteran speech.
I was actually closing, and so
that's what happened. You not talk plenty. So let's go to Mr. Veteran Smith.
I sort of do my closing. You did a closing, and then you did closing, and then at the third closing, you are done. So
okay. Let's take it one more round, gentlemen. Let's go to Veteran Smith.
So I heard you talking about compare and contrasting all the political party, the different political party. Which one you perform
which political party has the most accomplishment, or which one of the political parties is the most accomplished political parties in Liberia? Body history. From 1980.
1980 up to now?
Yeah, up to now. Yeah.
Up to okay. Two I was looking at, but with Dole, if we take out the acne, the violence, and I think.
Okay, you see that one myth I gotta hope you on again. Mr. Smith, when you say acne, on what basis are you talking about? Because the acne thing has been disproven over and over and
Archie, allow the man to land.
I'm allowed to ask questions to get clarity.
Okay. First, we have to break it down from the PRC versus where he became a leader, it's a civilian rule. So we got to separate Dole in the context of under the PRC versus under the civilian rule. And both under the PRC and under civilian rule, but for the PRC, you could put more blame to the military. But under civilian rule, a lot of things change. And that's when the group, special squad, special group, and at that time, sometimes when you come newly, you have all the knowledge, you have all the idea of what you want to do to change. But then when you come to reality, where for me now, where I felt things change under him, when America started pumping money and say, get rid of all the Highlander in your government. So they got rid of most of these guys there. I would have loved for them to remain, and then we could have evaluated them what they did or what they feel. But they told them to leave. and that's when America started pumping military gear to Liberia. For me, that changed the whole focus of the game. But if you take that away, more people build homes, other things that he wanted for the country to be developed, and others. So it was positive, but then it turned out to, when you stay in power, you want how you to protect yourself. Then that where Agne something, getting people who are loyal to protect you around you, and I think that's the only part. If we remove that, then he did a good job.
Okay.
Then I would just get rid of that part, but then you can compare that with Taylor to the same thing. So I still talk to people today on the Taylor. Why they stay here? If Taylor come today, people will go and worship him. Why with all the violence? Why you still have love? I can remember when he was leaving, he said, "I will be back." And I was talking to a girl, and the girl said to me, "I can't believe it until that man get in the plane." I said, "Why?" Because look, everybody they just couldn't believe that he will leave. You are going to leave the country. And the guy said, "I can't believe. I must see him on the plane leaving in Liberia. Then I will believe it." And then when he got on the plane, he said, "If God will, I will be back." And after so many years, people still feel that if Taylor come today, they will honor him as president. I don't know why. If someone can just tell me and help me to put it in perspective, then maybe I will understand, because I was not here. So what is it so much about him that people today say they will prefer him? I don't know. Then if you look at CDC and Unity Party, looking at the length of time they have a rule, you don't have to think so far. You will give it to Unity Party. If you're looking at the way I'm analyzing it, you give it to Unity Party.
Okay. Got you on that.
And I just want to break a news. I just spoke to the spokesman for the LPP that he will be our guest on Tuesday 9 p.m. So that confirmed. And then on Wednesday we'll have Emmett Dunn, who spoke for the inauguration guest speaker, and he had been reappointed executive for the diaspora or something for next year. So it'll be an interesting show on Wednesday. He called me personally. So we got, sometimes you go after people, you get a guest. It take a long time to get there. I feel good when they call me. Yeah.
Yes.
And me and my work have been gratified. Yeah.
True. Appreciate the hard work, Veteran Smith. And we got to keep engaging the Stand Up Barrel LPP, because I think our audience are very, very interested in hearing him. We got a lot of feedback today when we post the information in all the chat rooms. So we're going to keep engaging them. Thank you so much, sir. Gentlemen, the time is 8:03. That is about what, 12? Yeah, 12 a.m. in Liberia. So let's do our closing. I will give each one of us 3 to 5 minutes for closing. So we're going to burn 20 minutes. So 20 minutes, gentlemen, 5 minutes each. I think we can be able to clear our chest with 5 minutes. Mr. Nubu, let's start with you, sir. You're muted, sir.
Thank you very much. I first want to start with, I think our host, Alex Wulu, who gave kudos to CDC for education. And when CDC came out with free education for university students, that was not in the budget. And they did not pay the money. And what did the universities do? They came out with fees more than the tuition the students were paying. And that is still in practice today. And peace building, he gave it to UP. Alex, give it to UP. I remember there was a peace conference between Nimba and Grandjere. That time, George Weah was the peace ambassador. He was not even invited there. So do you call that peace building? And I beg to differ with, I think it's my brother Nippy, who said Ellen expanded the defense ministry to what they call ministerial complex. That was not what happened. They spent over $19 million to build that structure. And Ellen Johnson and Kofi Woods spent over $5 million to demolish it. Because it was Samuel Doe who started it. And I hear our lone voice in the financial wilderness here talking about currency. That Doe NDPL brought about Liberian currency, the unknown soldier. The unknown soldiers was running and the US dollar was running. And that is the same problem we still have in the country today. I mean, you go to Ghana or you go to South Africa in a store, you show them US dollar bill, it's like you have committed a crime.
Mr. Nubo. Mr. Nubo, we're providing education. So let's get clarity.
Okay, I said but please don't be interrupted.
It's a question. It's just a question.
All right. So
are you saying that when the JJ or the Doe coin were introduced, was it running in parallel with the US dollars?
Oh, yes.
As legal tender?
Yes.
Were people getting paid in Doe dollar half and US dollar half?
I was at the time working with Tuckman College of Technology. I was getting paid. I was getting paid in US dollar.
What was your pay percentage in Liberian currency? And your
there was no Liberian currency.
When was this?
I'm talking about 1986.
The issue is the transaction. The transaction is doing
1986.
No,
the payment, the money, my salary was in US dollar. 1986, and I had a contract with Decoris, and because of that, I had from the contract, I had a lot of Doe coins. The unknown soldiers, so I had to take that whole grid of coins to UNDP, the late Dr. Beverly Bruce, to change it to US dollars for me to come to the US. So, it was not to say that, we have this coin, so everybody, will do business in this coin here. It is the same as it is today. And the coup I have nothing against the coup d'etat. But I have serious issues against the NDPL. NDPL rigged the 2005 election. Jackson Hebdo, Maryland County, for example, I was the major poll washer I was the poll washer where we counted all the votes from all over the county. I, George Numbo, represented the Liberia Action Party at the Harper Administration Building. And Jackson Doe won by landslide. Samuel Doe went and rigged the election. What happened when this Tuckman guy, Winston Tuckman brother, who was finance minister?
Okay, 1 minute, sir.
Huh?
1 more minute.
Okay. Brought in something like a GMAT program where they were showing people what to do at the finance ministry for accountability issue, and they got rid of them. I'm not against the coup. Some people want to bring the death of the 13th there. I say I don't have any sympathy because of the atrocity committed in Liberia. And here, I'm kind of surprised you give kudos to NDPL. NDPL, I didn't hear about the people being dumped in a well, but I heard about the Lutheran Church massacre. I heard about the killing of my first bossman, DK Wansoli. I know. So I beg to differ with you and other panelists here who are trying their best to repolish the past. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Josh Nubo. Let's go to our counselor, Councilor Day. 5 minutes.
5 minutes is too much for me. I just make it simple. Okay, before I conclude on the political party issue and on the issue relating to from 1980 up to present, as to which one of the political party will really achieve and provide some kind of governance. And let's get it straight. Maybe some of our listeners that still listening on the issue, like we're talking about Liberty Party has 6 seats. I think actually it's rather the CPP. They came on the banner of CPP, and that's 6 seats. I think Musa Berete from Nima County District 8. You have one guy in Nyaflomo from Nima County District 5. Then Yatu Barry. Yatu Barry from Moswara District 2. Anthony Williams from Maryland District 2. Nathaniel Bowie, Grand Crew District 2. And Tomo Goswa the second, Grand Bassa District 5. So these are people on CPP, Liberty Party or ANC. Represented that occupy the lower house 6 seats. Now, on the issue, I reaffirm my statement that due to the fact Unity Party have carried on one way or other some kind of good governance, and not only that, they also involved into infrastructure development. They also have some kind of, they maintain the peace at the time. They ensure they follow the CPA, the Community Peace Agreement from Accra, and they work with the United Nations to see that we did not go back to war. that was a critical stage because you still have warring factions around, revolutionaries who were still around at the time. But the president at the time used her wisdom and her government maintain our peace at the time. But there are other issues like on one they say maintain the peace is one, and also upholding that process of peace is another issue, because at certain point too there is a side effect. The president will say she cannot forgive those that offended her at the time, like she said her husbands are from Green, and her developmental drive were not going towards people that she feel that she had issue with. So that's why Green suffer massively when it comes to development, because development did not go much on her side. Yes, she brought in the community college, and she established the community college at the time. But there are other major development. Even the Tabitha hospital was meant for Gentry. It was not meant for Tabitha, but they diverted that. The Nimba co-complex was meant for Grangire, the southeast. But because of not forgiving the spirit, and was the result. So the total piece of that it was not holistic, but we'll give her kukuro for having some kind of control. CDC infrastructure also they did it, but when we talk about material peace, we get that credit to them as well. Having a peaceful transition just almost 20,000 votes in Africa for a government to do that is something remarkable. So we have to give it that credit. And the propaganda was too much too, but one way or other, yeah, people will say other people got missing, but there's some kind of following the human rights related issues, some kind of human rights control related issues in the government too. And the United Party government second phase, they are doing their best again. So all in all, United Party is thumbed up, maybe followed by CDC, and with the NDPL, one good form out of the NDPL, despite the overthrow the Tory party, but they follow the footprint. That great revolution from the 70s was extended in the 80s, and the other thing that will be done. But it was a volatile state at the time, who should admit. And so there is my response. So United Party, kudos to the United Party, and we hope they should maintain that up to the next 3 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Dane. All right. Let's go to Veteran Smith. Your 5 minutes, sir.
I would like to give kudos to individuals that came at a crucial point of our suffering, a sovereign country, peace, of rooting. Some of them rule for short term. And I would just give them credit because sometimes we don't talk about them. Amos Sawyer, whatever role he played in keeping Liberia stable. Judy Bryan, Ruth Perry, Sanga Wallow, which I was with him at the Library of Congress when he spoke. I think it was our 150th Independence Day. He's a literary writer. And others, no matter where they came into our democracy, play a part. And even with Taylor said, who came with gun, then later on as a civilian. But then when we're looking at Unity Party, CDC, because these are the only two post-war era that we talk about. These are the two political parties that brings to mind CDC and Unity Party. Ellen on one, 12 years. Now you have Burka. But I will make a bold statement in my closing remarks that if California, my other state that I'm from, can just the new signing agreement between Unity Party and the state of California, the 200 million, I was also told today might be 300 million of import of rice that are going to help Liberia not to be able to import rice, but will produce rice agriculturally and export rice to other countries. If that can be implemented in my lifetime, for Liberia to be self-sufficient in rice and exporting rice to other countries, this will be the single most impact in my lifetime history if it's implemented. And so I look forward, and then the Putu Mountain, which we will talk about Monday, and if that turn around and bring job opportunity and other things in the southern region, this will be the two biggest achievement on the Unity Party. Maybe it might help them win election again if these two things are implemented. So I just wanted to bring that part of my closing remark, because I'm still thinking about how it's going to happen for my state of California, helping Liberia to end import of rice. I'm so proud of California. And I would like to talk more about that in the future. We can have a show, but I'm so happy if that happens in our lifetime.
All righty. Thank you, Verton Smith. Mr. Smith, Mr. Wulu, are you with us? Mr. Wulu? Okay. Let's go to Mr. Nippy. Mr. Nippy, your 5 minutes, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will start from the NDPL angle. What caused for NDPL to have failed? The Master Sergeant changed his uniform in 1986. Did well, brought about a constitution. But then the AFL was morphed into a tribal military force. That was not good. Then the second thing, they started like a leopard eating his children. There was a serious infighting with Wesen going. And then at a later time, the one who replaced Wesen went on a pseudo plot that he was coming from Aricles by road to plot the overthrow of the government, whereas the man came to the RIA on his trip. That's Nicholas Podia. Then we saw some other effects where we had Israeli trained anti-terrorist squad, but called SATU, but our group itself was a terrorist unit because they terrorized people at night, and they were doing good research. We come to find those pieces of evidence. You stress on geopolitics, yes. The paradigm shift from it being China, Russia, and America came to the U.S. as the super. I'm hearing a feedback, please.
1 second, sir. 1 second, sir. All right, go ahead.
And having the U.S. as the only superpower. The U.S. being a superpower, contagion on all of these things are named, the tribalizing of the AFL, the infighting, a anti-terrorist unit, even though it was trained in Israel. All of those things gave rise to the displeasure of the United States. Apart from the fact that the coins were all right, they were not being used alongside of the U.S. because I know, for instance, we used to have the coins in the bag, and we were not getting U.S. U.S. was only being sent to to do some other activities in the leeward countries when we were buying produce because the farmer did not want the coins. They wanted, so they were used parallel coins versus US dollars. Because LPMC at the time, which I worked with, we were paying the farmers in US dollars and not in coin. Although the coin was a monetary instrument for local or not international purchases. Okay, so the US was not pleased. And there was a statement that President Doe made. The United States can do anything you want to do with it, pay by $5 billion, and we have banners all circulating all over Liberia. So that elevated the displeasure of the United States. And so information, I think, strange hands were then trying to make sure that that cookie jar or that candy jar will be done away with. I come to Veteran Smith, talking about a group from California trying to bring in $200 million because we spent $200 million approximately, or to the tune of $200 million per annum for rice. So in 10 years, it will be more than $1 billion. We should remember here that farming is not an overnight thing. Farming is not an overnight thing. Maybe they have a kind of new grade of rice that can be produced in about a year, but it would take more than a year for that Californian experiment to be done. I come to the Putu Mountain. I am troubled. I am seriously troubled about the future of Liberia because I read from front page that this business is from the Mano River company that has 100% control of our mountain, the Putu Mountain, and I think it's Severita or something like that, from the Indian Man Company, from the Middle Eastern based Indian Man Company. I think the government would do well if they were to table that for a future time, because Liberia cannot be depleted of all of its quality resources such as iron ore, oil, and then the rapid deforestation of our forest. Liberia will do well if we could just leave some of those things for another day, another period. And secondly, not during this tenure of the Unity Party. Somebody said that I said the multi-party, multi-purpose ministry. Yes, it was to be constructed just as the mansion was constructed by the Israeli. That ministry was intended to have been a national defense ministry. In the wisdom of Her Excellency President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, she decided to amalgamate all of the ministry in one way, I think to fast-track activities of the government so that you could not be moving by car, this place, that place, and the other place. So she consolidated all of the ministry under the ministry, the former building that should have been the Ministry of Defense. Whether Honorable Kofi Woods was involved in the demolition of that plan of the ministry becoming a defense ministry, whatever money they ate, I have not been privileged to getting to that information. So, contagion on what was handed from the NPFL party after President Charles actor Taylor called Gange was relieved and taken to Nigeria. Everything since then had been smooth on the Unity Party, specifically peace. You cannot have anything to do in a country if you don't have peace. Even when caskets were being put on people's head and all the kind of indecent activities were within the public domain, she held fast to the hem of the ship's control, and she made sure that peace will be continued and not disturbed. We talk about reintroducing Liberia on the international scene. I would give Her Excellency President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf the credit, because she had internationalized her activities to the extent that Liberia was looked at most favorably to have reduced all of her indebtedness to the World Bank and IMF in this program called the HAPEC, the Heavily Indebted Poor Country. That was to refuel the economy, and that's how we started on course. Then I come to the issue of foreign direct investment, FDI. Some or fewer or most of the company now operating in Liberia were brought in by the Ellen Johnson, during President Ellen Johnson's tenure. And
30 seconds, Mr. Mr. Nipe.
So with infrastructure, she started with a plan for infrastructure development by forcing that ministry that should have been only defense to put in all of the other ministry. So I give it to the Unity Party, not to the CDC, because the CDC, the first thing we did in less than 90 days was for Eastern Liberia to have built several duplexes, evidencing that the party was moving towards corruption. Even though I cannot exclude the Unity Party from encouraging a certain level of indecency in the government, but I think you cannot give CDC any credit, because we're talking about 16 billion. We are talking about 6 million now. We're talking about 25 million that was to be used for mob exercise. Instead of that 25 million being used for mob of exercise, and the sources cannot be identified to whom the money was given, it was put into individual pockets. So I want to stop right there.
All right, Mr. Nipe, thank you. I mean, this is one story of one topic, not story, that we can spend maybe the whole year discussing. It's a continuous stuff. But I want to be very short. As I said earlier, I think the NDPL, hands down, is the most accomplished political entity in the Liberian body politics. If we atomize the economy, just break it down into sections, we look at the key element within the economy.
But the economy cannot be the only thing by which you can measure the governance. No. Let me interject right there. You cannot use the economy as a yardstick.
Okay, but I'm not going to stop you there. I want to just say one thing.
No, but we say you want to break the economy down.
I said if.
But you are speaking subjunctively. You did not ask us to be subjunctive here. You asked us to be direct. So our statement should be intentional. Our statement should be intentional and direct.
I am intentional.
No, but then you cannot go to subjunctive statement if. You cannot do that.
Okay.
You have to, You see, a student cannot be an A student when that student has trouble in the classroom. And that's what Councillor Day alluded to. You can be making your 90, but your faults at school will cause you to be thrown outside the school. So the fact remains that the NDPL, if it did not have all of these things that were angled on removing the hinges, the political hinges off the door of this accomplishment, it will stand. But contingent on all of the things that caused the rupture of the hinges onto that political door, therefore, you cannot give it to say it had accomplished. It would have been if it had not done the SATU incident, for instance, tribalized the army, for instance, other vices.
You were interjecting now, so at some point.
That's why I'm coming to now, right there, and trying to attack the United States. We will pay all your money back. We will pay all your money back, and banners were all over. That's why I made the United States say, "Okay, then you pay our money back. We will remove the hinges."
Okay. Alrighty. I think I can understand the strategy here that Mr. Nippy is deploying, because he almost succeeded in it by giving me off track. So let me recalibrate. The NDPL remains the most accomplished political entity in the Liberian body politics. In this life, whether you
I'll interject again. Is the NDPL alive? Is it a party?
Mr. Nippy, are you gonna keep interrupting so that I don't talk, or? I understand the strategy, but I said it, but you're gonna allow me to talk.
Okay, I will allow you to talk, sir.
Okay, thank you,
Mr. Nippy. The dude is not listening. He repeating the same thing over and over, and he is abusing the host title now. He has come back over and over and over.
Okay.
Especially talking about a defunct party. I can give accolade to something that is not existing.
You cannot even find the remnants of NDPL.
Absolutely.
At this point, Mr. Fred veterans, you can see the strategy these veterans are employing.
And he's talking about
they don't want me to say my part of the conversation.
He didn't mention the Lutheran Church massacre, though.
You see?
I mean, it doesn't matter to him.
Let a man speak.
That's why I was specific about the SATU. Because all of those atrocities were executed by
everybody
SATU.
had 5 minutes. They were not interrupted.
That people were buried in Wellno, children were buried in Wellno in Nimba County. That's tonight is my first time hearing it. But I heard about the Lutheran Church massacre over and over. Even our Pekin, our man, Charles Owambi, who was on the show before, he can talk about the massacre.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alex, are you there? I think Mr. Nubo ended the show for us. I think we're on Mr. Nubo.
Let the moderator carry on his closing conclusion.
But the moderator told us we will always close sharp 12. We're going to 1 o'clock.
Okay, that's it.
Sharp
Thank
12.
you. We went over 39 minutes.
Thank you.
We went over 39 minutes.
Mr. Wulu, please take us home. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Please take us home.
Thank
Thank
you
you
guys.
guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Y'all win tonight. At least I have a win tonight.
This the first time the moderator don't get the closing comment.
I am telling you.
I am telling you.
No. Before Mr. Wu take over, next time it happens, we'll have a vote here.
Okay. Mr. Wulu, close, sir. Thanks to you guys for coming. And we'll see you tomorrow. Y'all win tonight.
All right, so I just want to say thanks to all of you guys for always taking upon your own time to be on the show, informing our people on a daily basis. I just want to appreciate all of you. So the program take break to be back on Monday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Nepe. Thank you, Mr. Tubo. Thank you to the veterans.
Good night, sir.
All right.
Hand salute to that. That was a beautiful show.
Yes, sir.